it. Compress it, man. 3.5 hours. Do this together, man. It starts with us. It ends with us.
Hey, no cheers! Thank God.
Thank you. God bless. Thank you guys for coming.
Raiders.
Ladies and gentlemen, your boys are back. We're back with the jam, back in the house, back with the Raider. And yeah, we're wearing yellow. We're both wearing yellow. Nope, it wasn't planned. It wasn't planned. We're both wearing yellow. It wasn't planned. We just showed up and boom, yellow.
Right. And you know, the thing about it is, like, yellow is not like a color. It's not a color that a lot of people wear, but in the Bay Area, we wear a lot of bright colors. I mean, like the Oakland A's is this color.
Because the black boys be looking good in some color.
Yes,
black
exactly.
skin be looking good in some color.
Exactly.
We all know that that's what it is. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yes, welcome.
Yo, dark one,
my life.
What the? Okay, I mean, I love the name, but does it have a meaning?
Yeah.
You wear gold, my people's pizzle with the sizzle coming in with the Hulk smash, baby.
Yes.
Speaking of Hulk smash, any of you seen Spider-Man? Brand New Day. Good, it's a good one. It's another good banger from Spider-Man, dude. Yeah. I do not remember the last time there was a bad Spider-Man movie. I don't think we've ever gotten a truly bad Spider-Man movie, in my opinion. What do you guys think about the Las Vegas Raiders? What do you mean? What do we think about them? What do we think about? The entire channel is dedicated to them.
All right.
Every part of it. I'm a Raider. He's a Raider. You're a Raider. They're a Raider. Everyone's a Raider, from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas.
Exactly.
Dude, guys, that song was a prophecy. Y'all just didn't know at the time. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas.
Yes, sir.
The song was a prophecy. Because that song was made way back when Raiders were came back to Oakland from LA. So yeah, no, that song was a prophecy. Because the last missing piece there was Las Vegas. The funny thing, too, is I think the idea of the Raiders moving to Vegas has been going on for a long time. It wasn't something that came in the last couple of years before we did it. That conversation has been happening for a while.
Yeah, I guess
when they were Oakland Raiders.
I love when they were the Oakland Raiders.
They're still the Oakland Raiders, just like we are the LA Raiders. And before that, we were the Oakland something. We're still the Oakland Raiders. We're still the LA Raiders, and now we're the Las Vegas Raiders, right?
Yeah, I loved when they were the Oakland Raiders. But they're always going to be the Oakland Raiders. That's where they started.
They're always going to be the Oakland Raiders. Yeah. So again, we could rehash it today. Just to let you know, the main topic of today is just going to go over the last week of training camp, the good and the bad. There was some good, there was some bad. But yeah, look, we could talk more in depth about this because I love that the Raiders moved to Vegas. I love that they moved to Vegas. It's a great spot. It is a better spot than Oakland, even though Oakland is where they started. Oakland wasn't doing much for the Raiders, right? They tried. R. Davis tried and tried and tried. Whose fault was it? Was it the A's? Was it, so we can comment on that, Chai. If you got a comment on it, if you got a comment on that too, Black, you can, because I grew up in the area too, but I'm just like moving to Vegas. Honestly, just works. It's a good city. There's a lot of money in Vegas. There's a lot of eyes in Vegas. It elevates the team, in my opinion.
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess I'm biased. I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean,
I'm not biased because I'm just, I don't live in Oakland. I haven't lived in Oakland since I was in high school. So that hasn't, so the Raiders being in Oakland hasn't affected me in any meaningful way since I was 19. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's just that it's not so much the benefits of it as far as, financially and stuff like that. It's just that when the Raiders left Oakland, a part of the soul of the team got left behind. And that's why, like they don't have the tailgate, they don't have the black hole, the things that made the Raider Nation united and made them different than other teams was that itself. But I don't know. We'll see what
Hmm.
they do with it.
I do think the city, the fans in Las Vegas will definitely tell you that no, it's not Oakland, it's Las Vegas, and that's the thing. Because I mean, they do tailgating. Every game has tailgating, and I swear
No,
there's a black hole. I swear there's a black
there's no
hole
black hole, and they don't let you tailgate at the stadium. They don't.
at the stadium. You can't tailgate.
No,
So where can you tailgate?
you don't.
Okay, I've never been to Allegiant, so wow.
Yeah,
Okay, so I
they
didn't.
don't. They only
So
open
that's
the parking lot like 2 hours before the game or something like that.
okay, but that's probably a Las Vegas thing, not a not a not
It,
a
it
not a
is.
team.
It's a
Yeah,
Las Vegas thing, and the thing
Las
about
Vegas.
it is, a lot of people from Las Vegas are transient, so they're not even. It's not. It's one of those towns like Atlanta. Everybody they live in Atlanta, but they be from all over. Everybody kind of commute there, like
True,
somehow.
true. However, I do think in due time that kind of situation does create long base fan base, because again, it's not like when Oakland Raiders started in Oakland, everyone was showing up to every game, diehard fans. That actually took time, and it took the Raiders winning before they became who they became on the Raiders in Oakland. And I think the same thing can be true for Las Vegas. It might take some time, it might take some championships, but I do think the same thing can be true.
Well, it's got to take some championships because I mean the Raiders won a championship in Oakland, they won a championship in
In
LA.
LA. Yep.
Vegas is the odd man out, so they can't claim seniority on nothing.
Okay. And it just so happens that right now we are the only football team in Vegas. It just so
Yeah,
happens. So it is effectively our city now, and now we gotta win a championship to solidify that. Though Las Vegas paid big time to have one of the biggest shows of the year, which is the NFL. Again, yeah. And I tell people there is a video that I'm still editing. Don't know when I'm gonna get to it. That talks about how the Raiders essentially went from Oakland to Las Vegas, and people need to remember Mark Davis did try to build a stadium in LA, in Oakland. They even talked about a smaller stadium that would only sit 50,000 people, which means we couldn't host a Super Bowl. This was all before Allegiant popped up. Remember, before we even went into that deal to try to get the stadium in LA with the Chargers, which was the option the NFL suggested, and then Sam Kroenke of Walmart beat us out to build SoFi. And then after that is when the idea of Las Vegas came around. And even then, the idea was still, can we get a small stadium, just a little home? It is extremely unfortunate that the city of Las Vegas put up $500 million, $500 is 500 million, right? Yeah, they put up $500 million of the city's money to secure the location and get that stadium built. So again, for those of you who are biased because you maybe live in Oakland because you just remember the Raiders being a part of Oakland, I do think it's important to remember that the city of Las Vegas did put up a lot to get us to Las Vegas, and Oakland was not willing to do that based on what the Raiders were saying, right?
yeah, that's not entirely true, but
Okay.
that's for another day because
Okay.
no, because you know why? Because if we do go down that rabbit hole, then that would require us to go look at some of the things that was going on at the time,
At the
and
time,
I was there. I was
I,
legit paying attention to all
you know
that,
what?
and it's kind of
Here's
yeah.
the thing: we had an episode ready, but hey, this is a better episode than one we had ready. Right? This is if the people want to talk about this, I say we keep going,
No, we can talk
right?
about it.
Because
We can talk about it.
because even I'm not informed completely on the side of what was happening in Oakland at the time. Because remember, I wasn't in Oakland. In fact,
Right.
I think I was in Japan at the time. So I didn't really know what Oakland was feeling in terms of what Mark Davis was asking for. Because based on what Mark Davis said was this: I wanted a new stadium built, and the A's got in the way because the A's want to didn't want to do what was necessary for us to tear down the
No.
old stadium and build a new stadium or secure a location for the new stadium. Now, what was happening in Oakland at that time? You let me know,
Yeah,
Black. Oh,
it didn't
anybody else?
have nothing. It didn't have nothing to do with the A's, really.
Okay.
The A's. So the thing is, the A's were just trying. It's like the A's were like a collateral damage in this situation,
Okay.
they tried to keep the A's, and they were saying they were going to build them a stadium Embarcadero type off the water, similar to the Giants, but that fell through. They was talking about a downtown stadium for the A's, all that. But really, what it boils down to is the city itself did not want that. They don't want to be a sports town because essentially
Okay.
they're turning Oakland into slowly but surely to like I don't know, Walnut Creek, Manteca, something like that.
And that's
Um,
what okay, and that was a problem
no,
from the
that's not
city's
the that's
okay.
not the problem. That's the overarching big thing. That's the reason why the city wouldn't uh, go 2 times as far or like to do anything. That's why they wouldn't budge. So essentially, long story short is this. They want to build a stadium. The Raiders, when they were in LA, part of the deal of bringing them back to Oakland was
The
that they
sky,
needed to be
the
able to
admission.
send more. They need to generate money. So
Okay.
then they came out with a personal seating licensing to generate money to help pay for Mount Davis. Because remember, they added a whole section
Yes, yes.
essentially nosebleeds, but as long as the Raiders were winning games and going to the playoffs, it was full. And then when they weren't doing that, then they put the tarp over it.
Right.
So, so then it's like, okay, when it's time, it was like we just need a new stadium because
The
when you
Coliseum
come,
was done.
it was old. Yeah, it was very old. And so they were like, okay, cool. All right. So how much money you got, Mark Davis? And at the time the Raiders was only worth like 500 million, 600 million, or
Exactly. Okay.
whatever.
So my
And
Davis
so
didn't
they
have money, right? Well,
so that
cash poor.
he didn't have much money to put of his own, and so the league was going to give a certain amount. I think it was like 200 million or something like that. Whatever the number was, it was to
Right.
assist. They do all stadiums like that. Um, and then the Raiders the city of Oakland, Libby Shaft, which was the mayor at the time, was like, look, we can't we can't bend over backwards and
Yeah, that's
forwards
what went
for you
wrong.
guys. And for one, you don't have any money.
Yeah, that's
Two,
what went wrong.
you leaving the city in debt because we built all these things with the Coliseum, and there's a debt for that. So
Yeah.
what we will do, they were like, what we will do is we'll forgive all the debt.
Right.
We'll give you the land, but
Hmm.
we need you to give some money.
The team is now worth over 11 billion. That's what Oakland lost out on. Now the question is, I don't know if Mark felt that Oakland was going to be involved enough for them to get to where they are now, because I do believe what was happening is the idea of LA also was coming up because people were pushing. The NFL was pushing to have a stadium in
Right.
LA,
But
and
we didn't. No one wanted that. We didn't. Nobody wanted the Raiders to share a stadium with no one, especially not the
with the
Chargers. Not
Chargers.
nobody.
Yeah, nobody wanted that. Exactly. But that was the move that was necessary for somebody to come up and say, you know what? If you lose out on that, because we knew we were going to lose out on that to Walmart because we don't have Walmart money. But I think that's when the city of Las Vegas came up and said, you know what? We can front up 500 million in this project. So 500 million plus Allegiant, the airline, also fronted up a bunch of money. I think that's what gave Mark Davis what he needed to actually move and build the stadium, because he literally didn't have that money himself. He needed an investor. And I don't think what he got was the investment that he wanted from Oakland. Based on what he was saying, and based on what I was saying at the time from people chirping about the topic. Nation, yes, remember San Antonio was also an option at the time, and San Antonio was the option of 50,000 stadium, 50,000. So again, there were many cities that people were propping up as options, but again,
Those weren't
unless
even real options, bro. Those weren't. Yeah. Of course,
exactly
people
the
are going.
only. The, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Of course, people are going to bid for a team if they're if they're have if they're willing to move. So of course there's going to be different places where the fan base is kind of centered or have a high fan base,
Right.
and that's kind of why San Antonio did not really get it. Because I'm sure you could have came there. You could come up with the money. Like Sax Goldman is going to give you the money. Even Jerry Jones is going to help like he does
That's
with
the
all
thing,
these
though.
stadiums.
I think a lot of those people wanted the city of Oakland to be a part of that process, and that's what scared them away. It's like if the city
No,
is not going to be okay, they
they
were
were part of the process because the Raiders had a debt to the city of
right,
Oakland,
but
and
I think people wanted the city to put up new money into the project.
Well,
right?
that's like saying you owe me $5,000,
Right,
but we want to build something together. And I
right,
say, forget the $5,000. Matter of fact, not only forget the five
right.
thousand dollars, I'm gonna even provide the transportation and everything and all, and we can get there. But then when we get there and I say, hey, do you have like X amount of dollars to put in on the ticket so we can get into this amusement park? And you like, nah, we ain't even got no money. And so they like, wait a
Ah,
minute, we're not gonna forgive this loan, drive and pay for the gas, and then you want me to pay for three-quarters of the ticket too?
right,
And then
right,
you become the beneficiary of
right,
however much money they would have made at that
right.
certain point, right?
But
And
even
so
if
Vegas,
that's the case, I think even if that's the case, Mark Davis's comeback would have been yes, because this is a football team. The asset is in the team itself. Again,
how
proving
when
that
you only worth 100? How when you only worth
exact
500 million?
exactly, but as of 2026, now you're worth 11 billion. And Mark Davis is saying exactly this is what you lost out on. All you needed to do was to put up a little bit of money for an investment, and an investment is now paid off.
No, no, but the Raiders don't even own the stadium that they play in. They
Yeah,
they're
because
they're
because
le-
it's
they're
owned by the
leasing.
city. Yeah, by the city.
Yeah, okay, but
Okay.
most teams own
Mm-mm.
their stadium.
I don't think that's true.
Okay.
Most teams, because I mean, most of the big teams that I know of, like Atlanta, that's owned by LA. Even a lot of stadiums in LA are owned by
Most teams aren't leasing their stadium. They're not.
There's
But
there are teams that are definitely not. Like for example, the Cowboys are not because they're owned by billionaires. But Mark Davis isn't a well, just became a billionaire. But even if Mark Davis can easily buy the stadium now from the city if he wants to,
no, they ain't gonna
yeah,
let
he
him for
can.
one.
Yeah, he can. I'm,
For one, they're not gonna sell it to him.
exactly,
And
exactly.
for
Because
two, well, yeah, he got
exactly,
the money now, but that's because it's essentially saying, "Hey, if you sell the soul of the Raiders, we'll give you $11 billion." And he's like, "All right, fine. It's a good business deal. It is a good business deal. I'm not saying it's
exactly.
not a good business
But
deal,
I think the
but
point, but I think the point he was making with Oakland is this is what I wanted you guys to get to trust that we are the Raiders and we're
no.
going to grow.
How do you
Okay,
trust somebody that owe you money?
it's called an investment. That's how.
That's not. That's
If
a.
they, okay, here's the thing: are they if they owe you money with nothing to show for it, that's fine. But again, Mark Davis didn't. It
We
wasn't
didn't.
like he had nothing to show for it. There was an
We
entire
didn't.
football team. It's called the
We didn't have nothing. We didn't have nothing to show for it. The team was worth only a $500 million.
and now the team is worth 11 billion.
Yeah, because you moved them to Vegas.
Okay,
Yeah. I
okay,
mean, okay,
win-win.
but so the money, if money is the motive, then yeah, okay, you can call it a win-win.
Okay,
But
here's the question.
at what price did you do that at?
Right, is the team better off now than they were before?
What do you mean better off?
Is it?
Financially? Yeah, financially, but as far as the what the team really is, no, they're not. They're
I think
not.
I think they are. But
Financially, they're
again,
better. You want to know why financially they're better? But
right.
look at where they are now. That their fans don't even go to their own games. Like you can't tell me
Okay,
that a team is better if when you show up, the opposing team is the ones that's blacking out. I mean, redding out your stadium, greening out your stadium,
right.
whatever color the opposing team wearing. Like essentially, yeah, for business purposes, then yeah, sure. But as far as if you're trying to keep a culture that's been through the ages, and now what you've essentially done is turn a legacy into a profit. And
Uh
I mean, not necessarily a profit, but just it
that's
became a money machine, and that's it. And so
I
now, okay, so at what price
here's the
are you
question though.
doing that?
Okay, here's the question. Is it still Raider Nation?
Is it still Raider Nation?
Yeah,
Oh, it
is it
ain't
still
like in, I guess by name, yeah, but I
okay?
mean, like,
Fine. So maybe,
but it's up to
okay. So maybe not to Oakland people, but I was in St. Louis.
no.
I was in St. Louis when the Rams moved to Oakland. It was the same things that they were saying. Like you've lost the soul of the team. But it's like, no, we didn't. We just moved the soul of the team to another location.
The soul of the Raider Nation is not the same as Oakland, sorry, or even LA. It's
To
not.
people who are
They're
to
not.
people who are in, yes, to people who are in Oakland, that's true. That's true.
No, to people that understand that's been Raider fans their whole life. It's not it doesn't have to it's not Oakland specific. It's not mutually inclusive to Oakland. It's not. It's the totality of the everything, the sum of all the parts.
Hmm.
Like, sure, I mean, we could have moved them to New York. If that's the case, like, I mean, we could have moved them anywhere if that's the case, 'cause we got Raider
Um,
Nation all over the place. That we were just looking at it from a financial aspect.
right, right, true.
The beautiful thing about it was what kind of like soothed it over is just like the song from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Because if you know about Cali, those are kind of like that's like the triangle. Like it's the Bay and there's LA and then there's
And in
Las
Las
Vegas.
Vegas, and we're
And
in
so
Las
then,
Vegas.
so the great thing about them is that they were able to at least keep the team within an hour flight from, you know, from the Bay,
Again,
or a
again,
3 hour drive from LA. So it was somewhat convenient, but I
that's what I'm
mean,
saying. I
it's not
don't
the
know what
Raiders,
I don't know what's been lost. The Raiders have always been
bro.
from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. They've always been there,
Bro, bro, if the pillar if a pillar of the if the pillar of the team is the black hole, and you
right?
don't have a black hole, that's a piece of the pillar that's missing.
Okay,
Another pillar
but now
that
you have a debt, but then you graduate to a Death Star.
man, that's corny, but okay, cool. We'll roll with it. But and then so another thing was the camaraderie amongst the tailgate. That's what made part of the Raider Nation was the tailgate, even in LA. And so when you
Right,
take that away, and so then so if you take even just those two pillars, it's four pillars to a building or whatever,
we have four
and
pillars,
you
and two
take out
pillars are
two
gone.
of them,
Okay,
you take out two of them, and so then now you look at them. Okay, cool. What do we have? We do have money, but now we don't even have our own fans supporting us at the games. We don't have
that
no home field advantage at
okay,
all, and
okay.
we
That
haven't since we've been to Vegas. We
right
haven't.
now, let's explain that though. Let's explain that. One, even when we had home field advantage in Oakland, one, it didn't help much because we were losing, and secondly, the more we lost, the less and less fans even showed up, even to Oakland.
No,
Right?
no. Raider fans still showed up. They just didn't sell it out.
Exactly. So we have to close an entire.
And
So
that's only because the team wasn't winning and they were
exactly.
being dysfunctional.
So it's the same thing in Las Vegas right now. The team has not been winning and mostly being dysfunctional. So we can't. So it's the same thing. The fans aren't showing up because the team is mostly being dysfunctional, right? But you're saying the fans aren't showing up because it's not Oakland.
No, I'm not saying that. They're
Okay.
not showing up because the soul and the nature of the team is not there. Because even in Oakland, when the Raiders were losing, they still were coming. They still were coming. The Raider fans were still
Right.
showing up in Oakland, even when they were losing. And that's the whole thing. The city was like, look, we supported y'all and y'all put trash product on the field. But then
Okay.
and then now you're telling us, oh, give us a brand new stadium and we'll play better. And we
No, no,
like,
no.
based on what?
But that's the confusion. It's not what we're telling. It's what saying. Like, if you want this product to turn around, we need a better stadium. It's not
Bro,
telling. It's like
that is not what makes a team better is a better stadium because we got a better stadium and we ain't been better. We still ain't
no,
better
no, no. It just makes the team more attractive to investors.
financially. So
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
which
So we
makes the
sold
better
our
team.
soul for money. We sold our soul for money. That's what we
No,
did.
if
Because
okay,
we can
we
get kicked out
sold
of Las
Oakland for
Vegas.
money. We
We
sold
can get
Oakland
kicked
for
out
money.
of we can get kicked out of Las Vegas after 30
No, no,
years.
no. Okay, 30 years. After 30 years, it won't matter. So you're
It
saying we
will matter.
sold? You're saying we sold Oakland for money?
No, we sold our soul for money.
I don't think the soul of the Raiders is Oakland though.
We don't. What? Oh, we
And I
sold
grew up in
no.
Oakland. I'm just
The
saying it's
soul
not
of
Oakland.
the soul of the Raiders is Oakland and Las Vegas.
I
That's the soul of the Raiders is Oakland and Las Vegas.
and we
Now
moved to Las Vegas.
it started in I mean Oakland and Los Angeles. I'm sorry.
Okay, and now we're moving to the third
That's the
part
soul.
from LA,
What?
from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas, and now we're moving to the third part of that.
All right.
I mean, imagine this: the Raiders for the next 2,000 years could just continue to do that triangle, move from
No.
Las Vegas to Oakland, and just keep going ping ponging. Why not?
Okay.
Why not? From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Everyone's
It
always
sounds
known that.
good. It sounds good, but the Raiders of Las Vegas is nothing like the Raiders of Oakland. They're nothing like the Raiders of LA. So you cannot group
Right,
them into
exactly,
that
because
group.
they're going to be the Las Vegas Raiders of Las Vegas. The culture of LA Raiders was different. The culture of Oakland Raiders was different, and the
No, it
culture of
wasn't.
Las Vegas is going to be different.
No, it wasn't. The culture of Las Vegas and LA was similar.
It was similar. Okay, what was the similarities? Like tailgating?
The demographics,
Okay,
the
mostly
feeling of
black
the
and
team.
Hispanic, right?
Yeah, and blue collar workers. That's what it was. Underdogs, ruffians.
Right, right.
But that's not.
But
That
now
is
you
not.
get
That is
new
not.
fans. But now you get new crop of fans. I mean,
But we
what's wrong
don't
with?
have. But you're saying we get new fans, and we don't even have fans that come to our own games.
Okay, let's break that down. You're talking about the stadium isn't sold out of Raider fans.
No, 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 bro. There's no way around it. We know for sure that the
Right.
Raiders are. We are not. We are not. They're selling their tickets every week. Every
Okay.
week they're selling their tickets.
Yeah.
The fans are selling their tickets to the opposing team. So you know why they're doing that? The reason why they're doing that is because the PSL prices in Vegas is so inflated. The price of
Okay.
the tickets is so inflated because we're on this money cash grab.
So
And
they
so,
are okay. So they are selling the soul of the team for money. If you
yeah.
buy the ticket for the Raiders and you sell it, that's not the Raiders selling it. So that's you selling the soul of the team for
No,
your
the
benefit.
Raiders are forcing the fans to do that because it costs so much to be
Right.
a season ticket owner to the point that the fans are like, I'm not paying my money for this. I need to recoup
Right.
some of
Right.
this,
Right.
and I'll
Exactly.
just show up
So they
and I'll
already
just show
have
up.
the tickets. So they already have the tickets, right? And they're just deciding to sell it.
Yeah, they decide to sell it because they're not getting because with any team, if you're losing, you don't want to keep shoveling money into something that's not winning.
Yeah,
I mean,
respect.
when a business is failing, you don't throw more money at it.
That's true.
Like
Exactly. Exactly.
so just like so, but the thing is, when they did the new PSL licensing for Vegas, because they gave when I was a season ticket holder in Oakland, right? And when they moved to Vegas, they gave you the option to, to be first in line to
Hold on.
be a PSL
Right.
the
Let's include.
PSL.
I'll let you 1 second. I'll let you finish after I'm done, and then after you finish, we're gonna go straight to chat and include some of the things they're saying. So you're gonna get. You can have another minute. Finish your thought. We're gonna jump to chat and include some of them real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't remember now where I was, but all I know is that the Raiders is that the PSL license holders there are at the point now because when you signed the new PSL license, they literally made you sign up for 30 years. For 30 years, you have to be a PSL holder. It wasn't like that in Oakland and any of that because it's such a financial thing that they locked all these people in. And these people are like, wait a minute, I'm spending all this money to go to these games and they losing. I'm spending all this money on all the stuff that it took for them to bring that team there, and the product hasn't paid out. That's why
Right.
I was like, the Raiders only really had like 8 years before the fans really started turning. I mean, the fans in the city start kind of turning on the Raiders because they weren't going to be loyal to the Raiders as long as they're not making money or they're not winning. So they're
Right.
making money because these people have to recoup their money from pouring so much money into the Raiders, but they're not getting nothing back. The
Right.
beautiful thing now is that they have a new regime that now it looks at least uh positive to the point where the fans may come back a little bit more because we probably will start winning. And hopefully if we win a Super Bowl, then just like with anything, if you win a Super Bowl, all is going to be forgiven because now what we'll say is, look, we got a Super Bowl in Las Vegas, we got a Super Bowl in LA, we got a Super Bowl in Oakland. Everywhere we go, we got Super Bowl. You want to know why? Because it's the greatness of the Raiders. And then at that point, you can ingratiate Las Vegas. But until then, they're the redheaded stepchild. They're the silver and black-headed stepchild until that happens. But that's just
Okay.
ooh, it's a lot of comments. Hold on, let's go. Go ahead, get
Yeah.
the
Let's get to the
comments.
comments real quick.
Yeah,
Which
they're no longer they're not no longer a blue collar team. That's what I'm
okay.
saying. We
Yeah,
ripped the
okay.
infrastructure out.
I know we said that. I know we said that. Okay, let's explain that. What do you mean by they're not no longer a blue collar team? Are you saying there are
Okay,
no
so
blue collars in Las Vegas?
no, Frank Webb, explain to him
Las Vegas?
why no, they're not a blue collar team no more at all. Because
Okay,
the typical blue collar person can't even afford the tickets to go to the game.
okay. So, but okay. Here's a question: is that because the cost of being a blue collar person in Las Vegas is higher than the cost of being a color? But there's
No,
still
it's
blue
because
collar. But the blue collar workers in Las Vegas, right?
yes, I'm not saying they're
Okay.
not, but they're not going to the games because they can't afford it. They
What?
can't afford it. They can't afford the PSL licensing to be a Raider fan.
No, I think
But
again, are there Las Vegas fan?
a blue collar worker would not give you a 30-year they'll sign a 30-year contract
Oh,
for a
okay.
sports team. They're not. That's not what blue collar people do. Now what
So,
they will do is they will go buy a reasonably priced ticket and go tailgate, have fun, and pay for the experience, and then go back to work and then do it again next week. They can do that when the tickets are reasonable.
okay,
But
so there are many.
whether we win or lose,
Okay, there are many points that you brought up. The one I feel like I want to tackle real quick is the idea of tailgating because, yeah, you don't tailgate in Vegas, right? But we know the reason why Vegas doesn't allow people to tailgate, right? Like we know the actual reason. And Las Vegas being the kind of city that it is, it really is about making sure that you protect families who go to Las Vegas. Because hey, the thing is, Las Vegas happens to be one of my favorite cities on earth. I'm actually happy the Raiders moved to Las Vegas because I think Las Vegas is a much better place for the Raiders than Oakland is. There are a few reasons why. There are a few reasons why. Las Vegas gets a lot more people who just come into Las Vegas in general and then take the Raider name, Raider memorabilia, Raider concepts back to their cities. Secondly, Las Vegas is a much more because even though it is Las Vegas, it's a much more family friendly place than Oakland is because Las Vegas is literally set up to be two cities in one. Again, if you've been to Las Vegas, you would know this. Las Vegas at night. Why are you shaking your head?
I lived
Yeah,
in
Las
Vegas for
Vegas at
7 years.
night is different from Las Vegas in the daytime, right?
It
We all know
is. I
that.
lived
Yeah,
in Vegas for 7 years, and even
right.
in Oakland, the Raiders, it never was a problem with bringing your kids to the game. Never. It's
Okay,
never been a problem to bring
it's not
your kids to the
okay.
game.
It's not that. It's not that. Not okay. Which place do families visit more for vacations? It's Las Vegas, right?
So, what are you trying to attract? Just the random or the outside
Mm,
casual Raider fan, or even you can't even say that they're diehard Raider fans because they're not blacking out the arena right now. So
okay,
what you essentially did was you traded the culture of the team, the culture
right.
of the fans that
Mhm.
actually don't they care if the Raiders win or lose, but they're going to show up whether the Raiders win or lose.
Okay,
Versus, are we going to trade that in for a bunch of people coming into Vegas,
okay,
which most of them are from the other team, and
okay. Yeah.
then as long as we get money, then it's okay. Well,
No.
that's fine
Okay.
if you're looking at
No,
it from a money standpoint.
that's fine. But here's another way to look at it. When families come into Las Vegas and they hear the Raiders, they have kids, right? Who is likely to become a fan of a football team? Kids, right? That's one reason. So when you see families, it's not just this is a random family. It's like no, no, no. These are people whose kids are gonna go. I remember going to that Oakland Raider game. So use myself as an example. I wasn't born in the States. I didn't move to Oakland till I was 12. I knew nothing about football. But once I found out about football, guess what? I lived in Oakland and their Raiders became my team. So that's going to happen for a lot of people now who are living in Las Vegas because Raiders are going to be the first team in Las Vegas that they can call their own football team. So you start to build that culture there. Plus, again, Las Vegas already has infrastructures for football, such as their college teams that now they can have the Raiders be a part of that culture. My whole point has been this: moving to Las Vegas is literally not even a negative thing because it again, you can just say it's literally prophesied because Oakland, the Raiders have always been known to be a tri-city team to the point where we wrote it into a song before we even knew they were going to move to Las Vegas. We've always been Oakland Raiders from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas, the tri-city. We control that tri-city. And there's a reason we don't say San Francisco, because we don't control San Francisco. That belongs to the 49ers, right?
The Raiders, they didn't make that song because the Raiders wanted to go to Las Vegas.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Include.
I'm saying
No,
that's the culture. It's the culture.
There what, bro? There no, bro. If you think so, where do you think? Even right now, even to this moment, right now, where do you think the bigger fan base is? Vegas, Los Angeles, or Oakland? Where do you think out of those three places right now, today, list them in order? The team where the fan base is the biggest to the smallest, right now, like even right now with the Raiders being in Las Vegas.
Here's my answer. As of yesterday, it was. As of this second, it is. But as of 5, 10, 15 years from now, it won't be. Yeah.
What do you mean, right? So you telling me in 5, 10, 15 years, then all of a sudden Las Vegas is going to be a greater fan base than LA and Oakland? That's what you're saying?
Not? Why not?
No, I'm asking, is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So now tell me why not.
So Chad, do you guys agree with that? That in 5, 10, 15, 20 years or whatever,
Las Vegas can have more
that Las Vegas is going to have a bigger fan base for Raider fans than Los Angeles or Oakland? I'm not seeing that. The Raiders don't have no culture in Las Vegas. Right now, they don't have a culture.
Why are you
and they've
saying
been there?
that?
And how many years have they been? Because they're not going to the games.
Okay. Can we calm down real quick? Okay. First of all, when we say they're not going to the games, we're talking about capacity. Remember, Allegiant Stadium is much bigger than the Coliseum was. So yeah. Every game, Raider fans are at the games. Like I look again. I'm not trying to defend the Las Vegas fans because they can do it themselves. I'm just saying, like, spitting all these things at them, like you're not real fans, you're not dead. It's like
They say they wasn't real fans. You say that,
but you're saying that Oakland Raider fans are. Use your word. What would you say? Oakland Raider fans.
My words was that I said the bigger fan base for Raiders, even to this moment, is bigger in LA and in Oakland than it is in Vegas by far, because most of the people a lot of the people that live in Las Vegas come from the Bay, because the reason why they left, and even LA, and the reason why they did that because Vegas was cheaper to live. So we
get all of that. We get that, Black. We get it. Oakland Raider fans are pissed. You wanted the Raiders in Oakland. Well, you're not pissed?
No. What? It's not about being pissed. We're talking about we're not even talking about thus said. So
here's a better question. Here's a better question. Do you think the Raiders are better off today if they were in Oakland than if they're in Las Vegas? Because I said they are not. I said they are better off in Las Vegas today than if they were in Oakland.
And I said, if you're talking financially, yes, they're better off in Las Vegas. But if you're talking about culture and fan base, no, they're not.
Okay, then I prefer the money over the culture.
Right, there we go. Right. Yeah. So you sold the team culture out for money.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what I've been saying the whole time.
Good.
And I'm saying if that's what the goal is, then they won.
Okay. But that's the goal. Okay, that's the goal, but that's not the end goal. The end goal is create more fans. So you do need money to do that, because you need money to build the stadium, and then you need money to get better players, better coaches, better word of mouth, better NFL presentation, so that players will actually want to come and play for you, so that you can actually get to the championships. Yes, we sold the soul of the team for money. Guess what? Now we have plenty of that money, and now we can start to rebuild the soul that we lost in Oakland. For those who are willing to say, let's hop on this. Just let me finish. For those in Oakland who are willing to say, yes, the team moved, but that doesn't mean the soul of the Raiders is gone. And there are plenty of us who are doing that, right? That's why this channel exists. We're the Bay Boys. We represent Oakland, even though in Las Vegas. Are there some people who are not willing to do that yet? Yeah, there are, but we promise, you'll see the master plan that, by the way, we try to make work in Oakland. If it didn't work, it also means that maybe Oakland didn't try hard enough. But I mean, the Oakland money people, right? They didn't try hard enough, right? So in due time, we're going to show you something bigger and better. And I think, yes, I think that is absolutely better.
So can I ask a question now?
Yes, please.
Okay. So they're better financially.
Yes.
The Raiders was worth
500 million.
The Raiders was worth maybe about, I don't know, let's say $2 or $3 billion, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, correct? Or give or take, right?
Right.
So that's more money than they were ever worth in LA and in Oakland, right?
Right.
Yes. So even between that time when they was worth $2 or $3 billion to the point that they're worth 8 billion or 11 billion right now, why haven't the fan base increased in that time?
Right. Okay.
Because we had the money.
Do you want me to answer? Okay. So one, the fan base has increased because they moved to Vegas. So by moving, they did get a new fan base. But what you're saying is that it hasn't increased enough. And the reason it hasn't increased enough is because the team hasn't been good. And the reason the team hasn't been good is this is the first time we're actually getting to spend all that money that we have, both for the players and just for the team in general. So now we have better coaches, we have a better system in place, better facility, better training, better trainers. All of those fruits of those labor are going to start paying off. Yes, did Oakland lose out on it? Yes, Oakland lost out on it, and that sucks for the Oakland fans. But again, it wasn't entirely on the Raiders, and you know that's why you're still a Raider fan. You don't really think that the Raiders, Mark Davis just went ahead and just kicked all the Oakland fans in their nuts and just
nobody's saying that.
Exactly,
I'm not saying that.
exactly.
I'm not saying that. You're framing something I'm not saying. All I'm saying is this. The Raiders was worth billions of dollars years ago, so let's not act like they haven't had money because they didn't just go from 2 billion to 8 billion overnight. So what happened in between the time? Because the Raiders been mismanaging their money this whole time. But the thing about it is, it doesn't matter because they keep increasing in value for the simple fact because of the market itself. Like, it's not that they're losing money. It's not like the Raiders are losing money because they have other fans coming in, selling out the stadium and watching their team win. And I promise you, if the Raiders kept on winning and if they did not get this regime, they were going to be giving away Raider tickets with the Blue Man Group.
Right. So there's another big benefit to moving to Las Vegas because, yes, you're right. Oakland did give the Raiders a land right to build a stadium. Right. Do we know what the capacity for that stadium was going to be?
Nobody knows because they had plans for they had like three or four different plans for a new stadium.
It was going to be about 50,000. And the
No, that was one plan.
Okay,
that was one plan. Okay. Yeah, they had like 3 or 4 different plans for a new stadium.
But the moment you heard 50,000, what was the first thing you were thinking of?
I wasn't thinking nothing because the thing is because you never know until they finalize all that because the whole issue even with the size of the stadium is because they were going to be like, okay, what are we going to do? Are we going to continue to have the A's here and build them a new stadium as well? Okay, cool. If we're going to do all that and we need to be able to generate money since y'all ain't got none. So what they wanted to do was they said, okay, look, we got all this land right here because the stadium is big enough to fill up 2 arenas if they were playing at the same time because the A's would play and the Warriors be playing at the same time. They had enough for everybody to come in, or if the Raiders was playing and even the Warriors or whatever,
they had enough. One stadium with the A's and the Raiders?
No, what I'm saying is when they had 2 stadiums, the parking lot is big enough to fill up both. If both of them was playing at the same time, the stadium parking lot is big enough. So the land itself was big enough, right? So they were saying, so the city of Oakland was like, look, y'all ain't got no money, so we need to generate money. So the only way y'all gonna generate money is if y'all win, and y'all ain't been winning nothing. So
Okay.
this is what the city said. The city said, "Look, we'll build y'all a new stadium, but
Hmm.
what we need to do is we need to open up these commercial businesses around them." And the
Right.
Raiders was like, "No." It was like, "No,
Good.
we want all this to ourselves." And we
Exactly.
was like, "Wait a minute." We was like, "Mark, how are you having all these expectations and you ain't got no money? You
Because
can't
I'm the
call no
Raiders.
shots without no pistol." Yeah, all right. Well,
Because
sell the
I
team.
I'll
So
tell you, I will tell you because my father bought this team for a measly little bit of dollars and he turned it into a $500 million business. And now it is my responsibility to grow that. So no, City of Oakland, I'm not taking this or that or that.
yeah, okay.
We are the heart of this team as a football team. You need to give us a stadium that is ours and that will be big enough for the NFL to host Super Bowls. The city
Okay.
said, no, we don't want to do that. And Las Vegas said, okay, we'll do that. And Mark Davis said, yes. The legacy of the Raiders is the Raiders, not the Oakland Raiders. It is the
I didn't say
Raiders.
that.
Okay.
I'm not
So
saying that. The
I know you
essence of
did.
the Raiders is the Los Angeles and the Oakland fan base.
It is the Raiders. The Raiders. Not
Because
the
when the
Oakland
Raiders,
Raiders, not
I
the
didn't say
LA
that.
Raiders. It is the
Because
Raiders.
when the Raiders, even when the Raiders left Oakland and went to LA, they made more money in LA, and we
I
accepted that as Oakland fans. So it's not an
I
Oakland
know.
thing.
Here's what I'm saying though, and you said it yourself. The city said we will build you a stadium, but we need you to have all these other things in place. And Mark Davis said no. Why did he say no?
No,
Because he
not because.
said,
Oh, what other things they
yeah,
needed
you
to
said
open
businesses around so they could pay for it, right?
So you're saying all these other things like it was a litany thing, a list of things. They literally forgave the loan that they got to come back to
Right?
Oakland. They
Forgave the loan.
literally forgave the debt that they had. They literally said
Perfect.
they'll tear down the stadium and even put in on it.
Okay.
But for us to be able to do that, we have to be
Hmm.
able to open some businesses around here. And Mark Davis, you have no money,
Uh-huh.
none. And
Uh-huh.
so you're telling me, and so then the league comes in and say, look, check this out. It ain't working out, but you can probably make billions and billions of dollars if you go to Las Vegas. We'll open up sports gambling and everything. Like you'll be on the forefront of NFL, whatever, whatever.
And I said,
Mark Davis made a business decision financially to move the team. And if that was the goal, they succeeded.
perfect. That is the
That's
goal.
it.
Yeah.
But okay, but at what price are you doing that at? It's the
There's no
peril of
price. We didn't pay a price.
okay.
It was a price worth paying. I again,
Okay.
Oakland fans, I'm there with you. I grew up there. I understand, but I didn't like going to Oakland games. It was a shit show. The stadium sucked. I didn't want to be there. So yeah, and look. At least now, every year, if I'm like, I want to go see a Raider game, I'll be happy to go see a Raider game in Las Vegas because
You
it's
can't
actually stuff
afford
there for
it.
me to do.
You can't afford it.
I couldn't afford Oakland to begin with.
Oh my God. How much you think a family of four would cost? This
I,
ballpark, you ain't even gotta be exact, but how
all
much
I'm
do you
telling
think
you is, all I'm telling you, so I couldn't afford Oakland games nonetheless, and I can't afford Las Vegas games. So it's equal to me on that front. I'm just saying, like,
the average person could afford to go to a Raider game?
look, all I'm saying is the soul of the team is not California. It is commitment to excellence. Wherever you get
Okay.
the commitment to excellence, that is what the soul of the team is. And that soul, because of the Oakland lawmakers, they lost that soul because they were not committed to excellence.
Okay.
That's
So
it.
so where was Mark Davis excellence then?
You're seeing it now. This is his excellence.
Mark Davis didn't do nothing. All he did was move the team. He
And
didn't do
then
nothing.
he moved the team, and then all of a sudden, we have resources, we have money, we have players who want to come play for us. The NFL's talking about us,
But
and
you
now
don't
we got
have
the number
fans
one
that
overall
come
pick.
see him. But
Yes,
you don't have fans to come
yes,
see him.
Las Vegas has fans. Las
I
Vegas
didn't,
has
bro.
fans.
I didn't say they don't have fans. I said the
You
team,
don't have. You're saying they
the
don't go
fans.
to the games.
I said they're exactly. They don't.
That's
They're
not
not
true.
going to the
They go
game.
to the games. They
So
go
so
to the
why so
games
why are other teams coloring out our stadium?
because it's a very big stadium. That's why.
Okay, so why isn't it 50-50 then?
Have you ever seen a stadium that's 50-50?
No, most stadiums is
Guys,
seventy five twenty
okay,
five.
you guys realize there's an entire sport soccer, by the way, where the opposing fans do have an entire section to themselves. Like football games, guys, football games. Teams want you to sell tickets to the opposing fans, by the way. Just so y'all don't know, it's not like they want you
No,
to fill
they
up.
don't want
No,
the season ticket holders to sell their tickets to the opposing fans. They
okay.
don't want the
Why?
season ticket holders to do it.
So let me get this straight. You are saying season ticket holders in Las Vegas are selling their own season ticket in Las Vegas. Are you
Yes.
saying okay? And we know this for a fact. Las Vegas
I
fans, you can
know this
come
to
and
be a
confirm
I,
this.
I know this to be a empirical fact.
Okay. How many fans per game sell their tickets, would you say? Season ticket holders. Season ticket holders per game. How many of them sell their tickets?
How many season ticket holders per game? I would
Sell
say
their
at least
tickets.
I would say anywhere between 40 to 50%.
40 to 50% ticket holders are selling their tickets in Las Vegas.
Why do you think that you don't see them at the bro? If you buy
I
season
see
tickets,
them. I see them.
if you
You
buy
don't
season,
see them.
bro, everybody and their mama know that when you watch a Raider
Brother,
game, that it's more
no.
other color than it is Raiders,
Okay,
man.
let's just pull up a Raider game right now then. We can pull up a Raider game right now.
Ask the chat, bro. Like that's been a problem in Oakland. In Las Vegas since they've
Okay.
been there.
Guys, can we actually explain what's been the problem? Okay. In Las Vegas, it's not that Raider fans don't want to come and watch Raiders. It's that whenever we play teams that have a quarterback that the opposing team really wants to watch, those fans come. Again, we are the same fan base that brags about how much our fan base travels to other stadiums. And now we're like, wait, they're doing it to us?
How
Wait,
many
what?
stadiums do we black out other than SoFi?
We don't
What
black
other
out.
stadiums do we black out other than
Guys,
SoFi?
we don't black out SoFi. Pull up a SoFi game. Raider fans do not black out SoFi.
Oh my
I think
God.
I think the numbers we're throwing around here are like heavily skewed. I think we're literally talking like generally between
It's not general, bro.
between 70% and 60% to 40%.
Bro, I know at least 5 to 8 season ticket holders right now, right?
You know why I can't pull any of this stuff up? Because like I literally can't do it on my side. How
I
do I do
know
it on my side?
I know. What do you mean? Pull what up?
Pull up like a picture of or something.
I know 5 to 8 season ticket holders, right? And they tell me, and one of them is my ex that I was with for like 13 years. We had season tickets in Oakland together,
Okay.
right? And so when she moved to Vegas, when I moved to Vegas, we both moved to Vegas. We had season tickets in Las Vegas. And so we broke up. You know how when that goes, you guys do whatever you do financially, whatever. And they locked us into 30 years. 30 years. And then so now what these people are doing is they're like, I'm not going there to see the Raiders with that product. So I'm better off selling my tickets. Not to
Okay,
even
so
really make
here's what I
not to
so here's what oh sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. I just found a fact. I just
not
looked
not
something
not
up.
to not to so much make a profit, but to recoup their money because they get locked into a 30-year financial and
Okay.
only people that can afford it, they're not blue collar. They're not blue collar.
Okay. Okay. But this I just found. Yes, there is a black hole
So hold
section
on.
at Allegiant Stadium, and it is
All
called
right,
the
man.
Black Hole. There is
All right.
actually a black hole at Allegiant. It is. There is a section specifically for black hole, and that is specifically held for season ticket holders. And
Okay.
that transition from Oakland,
All right.
right?
You got it.
Yeah,
You got it.
there is one. It's look in the
Yeah,
crib.
you got it. And with their barbecue too, right? They have tailgates too, right?
Okay, they can't have tailgates because Las Vegas cannot have a bunch of drunks hitting kids who really go to Las Vegas. I keep telling you guys, Las Vegas
They
is one of
drink 24 hours. It's a 24-hour
but
drinking town.
not outside.
All right.
Guys, again, the city of Las
We
Vegas,
literally had a player run and kill somebody.
yes,
We literally had
and
a player that did it.
it was devastated because it's Las Vegas is designed to have that kind of stuff not happen. Las Vegas is very, very tight about the alcohol rules. They really
There
are
you go.
because I've said it before. a lot of families go to Las Vegas. A lot of families go to Las Vegas, like an
You can
incredible amount.
you can add your
Okay,
slides and all that other stuff.
and
Hold
here's
on,
my
hold on,
problem.
hold on, hold
And
on,
here's
hold
my
on, hold on,
problem.
hold on,
Okay,
hold on, hold on. You can now you have the ability to put your slides and whatever not whatnot
okay.
in StreamYard. You
And
have
here's the
control
thing
now.
here. So Justice said a black hole in Las Vegas is not the same as a black hole in Oakland. Why? Why? What is the difference?
Don't, bro.
What's the
Leave
difference?
leave it alone, y'all.
Okay, okay. Because
Because well,
if
actually
you're
tell them
following
what
the
the difference
team,
is.
if we're following the team, Oakland is not the soul of the Raiders. It is not the soul of the Raiders. I'm sorry to
Who's
break it
who's
to
who,
you.
who said
The
that?
soul of the Raiders is commitment to excellence. It is the people, not the city. It is not the city. It
Who
is the
was the
people.
city of Oakland? Who said that? Who said
Yeah,
that?
someone said it in chat.
Yeah, I'm just asking who said
California,
that.
California is not the soul of the Raiders. It is commitment to excellence.
So
It
it's
is the
Las Vegas now,
ideal.
right?
It is no. The ideal carries anywhere. That's the idea. If you built on an ideal, you can carry those ideals everywhere. That's what the Raiders was built on. An ideal to carry everywhere. No, California is not the soul of the Raiders. It is commitment to excellence because that you can
That's
take
a
anywhere.
motto. That's a
Yes,
motto. That
yes,
motto. That
because that
motto.
is the
That motto.
ideal.
That motto. How come that motto didn't have money when it was time to have a stadium built in Oakland?
Because
Why wasn't we excellent then?
why? Wait, what? When we
You
tried to,
said that
because the
you said this.
city,
You said
because Mark Davis felt that the city was not committed to excellence because they were asking him to do things that he did not want to compromise the Raiders on. That's why.
no. The reason why because he ain't had no money. It didn't have nothing to do with what Mark Davis.
Yeah.
Mark Davis didn't have no leverage.
Yes,
Mark
he
Davis
did.
didn't have the only
He
leverage he had was he could move
was
his team. That's the only
yes.
leverage.
That's it because that is the leverage, and that's what he did. That's it.
Okay, and
The
so
one
and
the
so
one thing Oakland couldn't claim is the Raiders. Oakland can't claim the Raiders because it doesn't belong to Oakland. It belongs
okay.
to Raider fans, and Raider fans are everywhere. Yes, do Oakland fans
If
feel
they're
that they are
everywhere, why they
more?
don't go to the game?
If they feel like they are, do Oakland fans feel like they are more legitimate? Sure, you can feel like you're more legitimate, but you can't deny Las Vegas and LA their birthright of being Raider fans.
Who?
You just
All
can't.
right.
Yeah, right. No, this is not rage bait. This is not rage bait. Yes, I get it. You're from Oakland, but the Raiders, the heart of the Raiders is not the city. Again, before it was the Oakland Raiders, it was the Oakland something else. Y'all, again, why are we arguing about this as though Oakland Raiders started in Oakland? The Oakland Raiders did not start in Oakland. We literally bought the team, and was it even called the? Yes, it was called the Oakland Raiders. Y'all know that the Raiders, Mark Davis bought the team, right? Commitment to excellence is a slogan, a motto. California is the soul. Fine.
Since it is.
You can believe that California is a soul. We would say that is an opinion, right? And my opinion is that no, the Oakland is not California is not the soul of the Raiders.
So let me read this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Raider fans. So Allegiant Stadium is operated at roughly 84 to 95% of capacity,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
averaging between 54,000 and 62,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. However, Raider fans aren't the only ones filling those seats.
Right.
Data from the Las Vegas Stadium Authority
Right.
shows that over 50 to 68% of
Right.
attendees of home games are out of town visitors, meaning
Mm-hmm.
the opposing fan bases buy up a significant portion of tickets each week. So that
Right.
tells me that anywhere from 50 to from 30 to 50% is Raider fans.
Okay.
So having a stadium 50-50, that's not entrenched in culture. How is that
Yeah, it is.
culture?
Yeah, it is. It's called the culture of when your team plays us, we want your fans to be as equal as our fans. And then we'll show you who's louder. Again, is the point here you don't want other fans to go to the stadium because to the
No,
games? Okay.
no,
But you
no,
just want like 70 to 30.
no.
I'm fine with 50-50. What's wrong with 50-50? Seriously, guys, what's wrong with 50-50?
No. 50 is the lowest number. What about 68%? Are you okay with 68%?
What's wrong with 68%?
Are you okay with 68% of the stadium?
If you spank 68% and walk them out the stadium, yes, I'm okay with that.
But we haven't been.
Okay, we haven't.
And if the Raiders start winning, that number will go down.
No,
still, like 68%.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. So when you have 68% come, if you kick their butts, out of that 68%, you can get 20% to go, ooh, I want to be a Raider
we won 3 games last year, bro.
I know, but
we won 3 games last year, and then 4 games the year before that.
Okay, we were in Oakland. We weren't winning games. We were broke. The city
was winning more than 3 and 4 games.
We weren't winning championships. We were broke. The city was not behind us.
No, Mark Davis was broke.
Okay,
because he was mismanaging the money.
Mark Davis is broke. The city was not behind us, and we weren't winning games. Again, I don't know what to tell you. And now Mark Davis is not broke. The city is behind us, and we're not winning games. We've gotten 2 of the most important things settled.
Okay.
I get your anger. I'm just saying.
No, you don't. Stop saying that, because I'm not angry. Okay. I'm not angry. Well, I'm not angry.
Well, you're not, but I'm saying
I'm not angry. I understand that's the cost of doing business. I get that. And that's what I said. If you're talking about from a financial standpoint, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. If that's what you're talking about. But I'm saying
Oakland still have A's, right?
And I'm saying what cost did Las Vegas moving the team to Las Vegas and making all this billions of dollars at what cost? There had to be a cost benefit for that.
This is the cost.
And the cost benefit was that you rip the culture out of the team because the Raider fans aren't even coming to the games, including the ones that live in Las Vegas.
Okay. So supposing all of that is true, okay, that's the cost. But guess what? It's also a cost the A's were willing to pay, right? It's also a cost the Warriors were willing to pay, right?
No, the Warriors just moved 20 minutes to a bigger market.
Fine. It's a cost the A's are willing to pay. It's a cost the A's are willing, and they've been in Oakland longer.
There's no money in baseball. There's no money in baseball. Why would you just have a baseball team in Oakland and that's it?
Guys, all this excuses. All I'm saying is
it wasn't an excuse, it was a question.
Other people are willing to pay this price. If it's so big, why are other teams willing to pay it? That's the question.
Are they willing to pay what?
And okay, we don't care about the A's.
No, I'm just saying, they're willing to pay what?
The cost of leaving the culture to build a different culture.
Okay, so we're building a different culture. That's what we're doing? Right. We're building a different culture, right?
Look, based on what you're saying, I would say different culture, but I've been maintaining that we're building the same culture from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. And it sounds
that's not the culture.
It sounds like the Bay side of it doesn't like the Las Vegas side of it. And I'm like, that's not.
No, that's you surmising that.
Okay, so
you don't. What I'm saying is even that 50 to 68%, whatever. Let's split it down the middle and say it's like 60%, right? Out of that 40% that's Raider fans, I bet you about 20% of them come from Oakland and Los Angeles. I bet you that.
Yeah.
And so what's going to end up happening? And so what's going to end up happening is that's going to when the experience gets too expensive, they're going to show up to games like other places like SoFi, but they're not going to go to Las Vegas, because if you go to Las Vegas, not only do you have to pay hella money for the game itself, you got to pay to stay there, because Las Vegas ain't as cheap as it used to be, because they just revamped the whole town. So the experience itself is not worth the money. It's only worth the money to other team fans.
Sure. One quick last point. That all we said was the culture isn't the same as the culture in Vegas. Yeah, you're right. I agree. That's what I'm saying. It's not the same. It's a different. Just like the culture of LA was different from the culture.
It wasn't.
Yes, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
When the Raiders were in LA, it was a completely different conversation than when
No,
they
it
were in
wasn't.
Oakland.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Really? When the Raiders were in LA, other teams changed their jerseys to black. When the Raiders were in LA, the talk of gangs and stabbings was way higher. What are we talking about? The culture was completely different than Las
No, it
Vegas,
wasn't, man.
in LA than Oakland.
You know what? The culture of Los Angeles Raider fans were blue collar. The culture of Raider fans in Oakland was blue collar. The
And the
culture of
culture of
Las
Las
Vegas
Vegas are
and
blue collar.
no, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Do you know how much season tickets cost?
Bro, that's because the cost
Do
of
you
living in
know?
that's because the cost of living in Vegas is different from the
No,
cost of living in Oakland.
no, no.
First of all,
The cost of living in Vegas is less than in Oakland and in Los Angeles. It's less.
okay, okay,
All I'm saying is, from a business standpoint, if the money was the motive, then they did. Mark Davis did his big one. If the money was the motive, he did his big one.
what
Shout
other
out to
motives?
Mark Davis for doing that.
What other motives would you have for a football team that you're trying to get to win games? How else do you win games?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you how important it is. So much that Coach Kubiak is reverting back to the culture of
I don't.
Los Angeles and the Oakland Raiders, not no Las Vegas new culture.
How are you
That's what they're
getting
not
that?
doing.
How are you get? What is the culture of Vegas? What is the culture of Vegas?
Have you not heard
What is the
not
culture
heard
of Vegas?
Kubiak say that we're going back and we're going to be like the old Raiders? You haven't heard him say that? It's
The
literally in
old
the
Raiders,
intro.
meaning the Los Angeles Raiders and the Oakland Raiders, the two places the Raiders have been to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because the Raiders have never been to Vegas. He's not trying to downplay Vegas. He's just saying we're gonna
Okay.
bring
I
that
didn't
old
say he was
mentality.
downplaying.
Then why
I'm
are
not
you
saying I
enough,
didn't say
enough,
that. I
all right,
said that he
enough, David.
decided that he wanted to go back to the old
Okay,
culture. The
okay.
old culture isn't no. He didn't say we're going to build a new culture. He said
One
we're
day,
going back to the old culture.
okay, fine. One day, I hope the Raiders move back to Oakland. So the role of
No,
the
I don't. I don't. They're never coming back to Oakland.
one day,
They're
I hope they
never.
do. One
They're
day, I hope
never
they do.
coming back to Oakland, bro.
Okay, because Vegas is corporate, bro. It's the capital of gambling. Okay, it's cheaper to live in Vegas than Oakland. Okay, California has the best weed. Even if you take great seats to Vegas, what are we
Yeah,
talking
because that's
about?
the desert. But
Okay,
what
okay,
is this new culture though? Can you explain what this new Raider culture is?
there is none. It's terrible. Fans are
No,
not
I'm
going
not
to the
even
game.
saying that. All I'm saying is they're not showing up to the games, and there's a reason for it.
Right, you're right because there is no culture.
Well,
I agree.
because it's
Okay,
lacking culture. But you know what though? It could have survived because the team is still on the West Coast.
okay,
But the reason why it's not surviving is because it's no longer a blue collar.
yeah,
It's not a blue collar experience anymore.
okay. After an hour of talking, you guys have convinced me. I agree.
No, don't.
I agree. I think you guys
No,
are correct. The
don't
Raiders,
agree to disagree.
no, the Raiders were better in Oakland.
No, I
I
didn't.
agree.
I'm not saying that.
I
I'm not
yeah.
saying that.
Yo, justice for 12. You're right. The Raider core fan is blue collar and urban. You're right. Frank Miller, California has the pollen and the bees to spread it around. Yes. Yeah, and if we start winning, it'll only get more corporate. Yes, you're right. Okay. Whatever.
Ooh, wait a minute. Who is this? This is a new person. Fambo. Fambo. Oh, Fambo. What up, Fambo? Yeah, I like
But
that.
what?
Actually, I
And
do
when the
like that.
A's come to Las Vegas, the price will go even. Yeah, you're right.
Thank
All of
you.
that is bad. All of that is bad.
So
We
that's
should
gonna
have
make
stayed
it
in
even
Oakland.
more unreachable. No, I'm not even
Yes.
saying. Well, they probably should have stayed in Oakland.
Yeah,
That
we should have
probably
stayed
is
in Oakland.
true. That is probably is true.
Okay,
But
but
I
since we're not in
understand.
Oakland, let's move on then. Since we're not in Oakland, sorry, Oakland, we're not the
Right, but
Raiders.
yeah, but
But
the thing about it is, it's not even that because Oakland isn't even bigger than the Shield. Like that's what I'm saying. As long as you can keep
I
the
am a
team,
I am a Las Vegas Raider fan. Put it
there
that
you
way.
go,
Yeah, I
there
am a
you go,
Las Vegas Raider fan.
there you go,
Yeah.
there you
If you
go.
are an Oakland Raider fan, that is fine. I was once an Oakland Raider fan. and then the Raiders moved to Las Vegas.
Right. And so you evolved with the times.
Yes,
I ain't
yes,
mad at you.
I do.
I'm not mad. I'm not
I'm all about
mad.
the bandwagon, man. I strapped myself to that bandwagon. I'm like, zoom, zoom, zoom. You moving to
Yeah, I'm
where?
not mad
You
at that.
moving to
I'm not
San
even mad
Antonio?
at that. I'm not even mad at that. But the harsh reality, even in that, as much as a
I am
Las Vegas,
I am a
as much as
happy
a
Las
lot,
Vegas Raider fan. I'm much happier as a Las Vegas fan than I was as an Oakland Raider fan. Can I say
yeah,
that? I'm much
but
happier.
yeah, but
Okay.
as much of a Las Vegas fan, a Las Vegas Raider fan as you are, right? Over a period of time, like you say, 5, 10, 15 years, if the kids in the community can't go to the games because their family can't experience it,
That won't happen.
how much of
That won't happen.
it's been happening since they've been there.
No, it hasn't.
Okay.
You know why? You know why? Because the NFL is a business. They have to make money. The NFL, again, it's one of those things. Again, the NFL doesn't let stadiums and owners price fans out of stadiums. Now, fans could sell their tickets for a higher cost, but that's actually not entirely on the NFL. That's on places like Ticketmaster and some of the things that they do that the NFL is trying to get a handle on, so that fans stop selling their tickets. But yeah, I am a happy Las Vegas Raider fan. I am happy as a Las Vegas Raider fan than I was as an Oakland Raider fan.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and some of my favorite Raiders played in Las Vegas and in Oakland. So yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If my mother moved to Vegas, she would still be my mother, but she would probably dress different. Yeah, sure. Hey, at least the Las Vegas Raiders are dressing the same.
Hey,
Boom.
you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is I look through the chat. I haven't been looking through the chat at all, right? And all the points
That's
that
what
I've
I'm
been
good at.
saying, all the points I've been saying is a lot of these people are saying because that is the reality of where we at. But the
I
thing
agree with
about
you.
it is,
Yeah.
but the thing about it is like for me personally, it's not oh my God, you took my favorite chick and you ran off with her. That's not the situation. The situation is you took the team, but then when you took the team, you didn't take it with you. You you
Yeah,
you
there you
you
go.
started you started brand new. You acted brand new.
Yes,
And
I did.
so
Because I'm
and
fancy now.
even and I'm not even saying it's completely Mark Davis' fault because even when the Warriors moved from the Coliseum to Chase Stadium, right? The
Hmm.
prices are so expensive at Chase that the average fan that was at the at the Warriors fans at Oakland don't even go to Chase. Matter of fact, the vibe is even different. It's not even the same experience at all. Like the
Yeah.
average Warrior fan don't
But
even
guess
like
what?
going to Chase. They don't even like going to the Chase Center, right?
Guess what?
But
Guess what?
at least the team is still there that we can be like, well, it's our team.
Right.
Like Vegas, y'all not only did y'all take the team, y'all took the culture of the team too. Y'all left the culture of the team. So like we like y'all in the desert on y'all own trying to survive, but y'all surviving off of the LA fans and the Oakland fans because the Las Vegas fans ain't was holding up the Raider Nation.
Okay.
It's not the Vegas fans that's doing that. It's still the diehard Oakland and Los Angeles fans that's doing
And I
that.
would say
And
thank
that's
you
going
for
to
your
change at some point. And that's
right.
going to change at some point.
Yeah.
But if, like I said though, if the
It will.
Raiders win a Super Bowl, then we'll be a little bit more forgiving about it.
Here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying though. It doesn't even matter that you're not forgiving about it.
Oh, yeah,
We
well, if
we
that's the
had
case,
nothing.
then
We had nothing to do with it. We're just a
if
fan
that's
of
the
Las
case, then
Vegas. We're just like the city, and now we got a football team. If you guys want to be
oh,
mad about it, fine. But we didn't do nothing. Why didn't your elected leaders do everything they can to keep the team in Oakland? Our elected leaders did everything they can to bring the team to Las Vegas, which is much harder to do.
okay.
I'm gonna support the people who are supporting the team. I'm sorry, right?
But
Which means the fans of Oakland are still supporting the team, right? Oh, it's more like, oh, you think you can do this without us? The diehards and day ones, after all the losses, we stuck it out and you're leaving us? Yeah, that's
wait,
it.
no, we're not leaving them. They left us. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
No, I know. That's what he said. That's Chad saying that. I
I
know what
thought
he's
you were
saying.
saying that. I'm
No,
like,
no,
wait
no,
a
no,
minute. We didn't.
no, no, no.
They left
I
us.
agree. I agree.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
baby girl. I wanted more from you, but you didn't put up.
But
So I
but
went. I
but you
went to the other girl.
but you want me to you want her to put up more, but you ain't got nothing to offer yourself. That's
and now,
crazy.
and now I'm worth $11 billion. I got a nice
Right.
stadium,
So
and
you
everyone's
sold your
coming from all
soul.
over the world. Cool, yeah, I
You
sold my
sold your
soul.
soul.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, you sold your soul to play in a stadium that ain't yours. You're leasing
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally Airbnb stadium.
Yep.
So I mean, so if the Raiders do not win,
Yep.
especially if they don't win under this regime, they'll be in Mexico.
Yeah, and that tells you just how
And then you
bad it
gonna be a
was.
New Mexico
And
Raider.
that tells you just how bad it was in Oakland. If they're willing to lose all of that, that tells you, despite what you think was happening on the front, the back end tells you they are giving up way too much. Something definitely went wrong in this conversation because they're giving up the culture, they're giving up free land, they are giving in to angry fans. All of this just to move to a city where the fan base isn't even legit, aren't even like real fans yet. Yes, yeah, yeah. That's a girl. That's a really, really bad girlfriend. The one you had to break up with. The one who's really good in bed, but you're just like, fuck, I really got to break up with this girl, man. She's going to ruin me. I know I got to sell my soul because I love her, but, and the sex is good, but every Sunday it's just like, oh my gosh, the tailgate, the beer, the food, the music, oh my God, everything is. But at the end of the day, you go home and you just go, man, I am miserable. I am miserable. I am miserable. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I agree with all of that. So there you go. There you go.
No, but hey, but the beauty of all that though, or what we just went through, come back next Friday because we're gonna have the Fight or Flight Club. We're gonna have
And it'll be
conversations like
great
this,
because
but we'll have a bunch of Raider fans on here.
I can just shoot a bunch of questions at you, and I'll just be out of it, be like, I'm not in this fight. I ain't in this fight. Because my bottom line is this: if they left Oakland, there was a reason they couldn't stay. We all know there's that one girlfriend you had. Sorry, you had to break up with them. There's no way. They're perfect. They look great. They look good. But
So all these people in the chat, including myself, we're wrong, but you're more accurate, and then we're not so much.
I'm definitely more accurate. I think guys are applying more Oakland emotion, but I'm more accurate in like, yeah. Again, there's that girlfriend you just had to break up with. No one understands it but you. But you were there, in and out every single day. You woke up together, you brush your teeth together, but every time you talk, it's just like we are not seeing eye to eye. What is happening here? You know. Yes, Frank, we know you're old. We know, Frank, you're so old.
He
So
said trust
old.
the old. He said trust the old folks on this one.
I've been to the Oakland tailgates. I know what you mean. What you mean? That's where I heard the song "I'm a Raider," Oakland Raid, and it was on repeat. I get that. That's the good sex I'm talking about.
Here's a question for you. Fanbo says,
Oh, I have too many, but
"Who is your favorite Raider player of all time?"
yeah, fanboy. I saw that earlier. I have too many, so if I had to give you one, I'll give you Rich Gannon because that was the last Super Bowl, and I remember that team. And Rich Gannon was that MVP year was incredible. But I guess if you really say all time, who do I? If I had to buy a jersey at any one point, who would it be? Charles Woodson. Because
Woodson.
I was there for Woodson, and I was there when Woodson left, and I was there when Woodson came back, and I remember all of those. Right?
I don't know.
I'm tripping hard, bro. I mean, yeah, you can call me tripping. Again, sometimes you gotta talk that girlfriend like, yo, I'm gonna need you to do more.
No, but see, you got it backwards. You got it backwards. The Raider franchise is the bad girlfriend. That's who the bad girlfriend is. She's a
Fine,
bop. In the Bay, we call that a bop. Somebody that go
fine,
from here to there just to follow the money. She's a sack chaser.
cool.
And
Yeah,
that's what the Raider Nation is. Except for now,
yo,
the sack that she
that's
found is really, really
that's
big.
that's because my Mark Davis is like, do you not know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about the Raiders. We got the nice ass. We got the tits. We got everything you want. And you want us to do what? You want me to do what? No, you cater to me. I got the goods. You give me what I want. I'm gonna take my ass over there, and he gonna give me the
Right.
money that I need. Yeah, that's how that is. We know this game. Don't act like we don't know this game. We all play this game. What, you think LeBron James was wrong for leaving Cleveland? No, he said, I'm king. I'm the king. I am the king. You want the king? You pay the king. You give the king what the king wants. The Raiders are the king in this situation. Yeah, what the hot girl. But guess what? If everybody wants to drop a bunch of bills for the hot girls, I'm not going with the broke dude.
The Raiders got finessed out their team. The Raiders got
Okay.
finessed out their team.
Whose name is still
Straight
on?
up.
Whose name is still on the contract though? It's still Mark Davis.
Bro, Mark Davis is selling the team a little bit at a time, bro. What I mean, he essentially not even gonna. The NFL about
Mark,
to own the Raiders.
no, it wouldn't be the NFL. It would, because the NFL can't own a team. But
No,
I
I'm
do.
not talking
You are
about
correct.
literally.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You are correct, but again, that's because Mark Davis doesn't have doesn't have a heir as of now. Is it fair? No, it's not. But you know what?
Hey,
I
life
mean,
ain't
well,
fair.
I mean, it's not like Mark Davis can't go get a baby right now and be like, "Oh, here's my baby," you know, talking about the nice girls with the nice this and the nice that. Mark Davis can get any of those anytime. So
I don't even know if Mark Davis even getting any.
I like Mark Davis. He's my kind of guy. Vegas is basically a corporate city with gambling and tourism. Yes, gambling and tourism brings in a lot of money.
What did I put him up to? I didn't put him up to nothing. I was trying to avoid this conversation.
No, I avoid no conversations. I avoid no. I am a fan of the Las Vegas Raiders. I was a fan of the Oakland Raiders. I did not know the LA Raiders because I wasn't born until '84, so I did not know the LA Raiders. But I was a fan of the Oakland Raiders. And y'all should know, I don't even like any other team. Period. The only sports team that I like, the only one, are the Raiders. If the Raiders are not playing, I don't watch sports. I love sports. I just don't watch it. I'll maybe watch a final here and there. So y'all need to understand where my mind is when it comes to the Raiders. They are the only team whose name comes out of my mouth as a team that I follow. And now they are the Las Vegas Raiders. So I support the Las Vegas Raiders. You
I
know.
feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
I know you do the same. I know you do the
I'm not
same.
mad. I'm not mad at you for doing that.
Hey,
I'm not
that's
at
why we
all.
do this. Somebody's got to rep Oakland, and someone's got to, or else it's just not fun.
No, because I was born an Oakland Raider. That's why. That's why. But I'm not so when I said bias, everybody has a level of bias.
Think about it
I
now.
think my level of bias is not that it's pretty objective. I feel like I'm pretty objective. But with it all being said and done,
Yeah,
depending on what the metric is, if the metric is getting the bread. They
right.
did that. I
They got
don't
the
know
bread.
too many teams that jumped from 500 million to 11 billion in the course of less than 10 years. Like that's without winning the Super Bowl,
Mhm.
with having a 2-15 record or a 3-14 record
Yep.
and 4-13 record and like at least when they was in Oakland, they was gonna lose no less than they were gonna lose. They was gonna win no less than 6 or 7 games. Like in the desert, we don't know what they about to do. We don't know what they out there doing. And the thing about it is the city ain't tripping because they know that the stadium ain't the Raiders. And as long as they get their money back, which they are because the other teams are flying in, and then Vegas is like, not only are they spending money at the Raider games, they're spending money at all the buffets because it's a family town now. They're
Mhm.
spending money at all the hotels. They're spending at all the shows, all
All
the
about the money, man.
residencies. So that's what I'm saying. So it's a win for the city of Las Vegas. They don't care about the Raiders. I promise you, if the Raiders
Um,
left from Mar-
they care about the money the Raiders will bring in, right?
yes,
Yeah. There you
yes,
go. It's a business.
yes.
Like it's a business. I mean, you act like the Oakland officials, the mayor and whatnot, didn't see the Raiders as a business. They thought this is the legacy of Oakland.
They were
No,
a
it
failing
was a
business.
business. It was a business.
No,
It's not as
they definitely did. They definitely didn't take that into account, and that was a problem with it. That we didn't even like that mayor because she was not taking the culture into. And when she was playing hardball business wise, but we understood why, because Mark Davis had no money, had all these requests, and like and
Because
then they and
because Mark Davis is his father's son. Our David, that's our Davis with the glass. He didn't give a what. We love our Davis, who didn't give a fuck about what the NFL wanted to do and made the Raiders who they are. But we're mad about Mark Davis, who didn't give a fuck about Oakland, what they wanted to, and wanted the Raiders to be what they wanted the Raiders to be. Hell, he's his father's son.
Al Davis would have Al Davis would have never priced out the average Raider fan.
Mark Davis isn't doing that. That's actually the cost of watching the game in Las Vegas. It's because Las Vegas is an expensive place to watch sports, but Las Vegas is a cheap place to do other things. Like hotels in Las Vegas are cheaper than other places, right? Because they want you to gamble. So it's a trade-off. Certain things in Las Vegas are more expensive, but certain things in Las Vegas are cheaper. It is cheaper to live in Las Vegas than it is to live in Oakland. Like the cost of living, the cost of buying a house in Vegas is cheaper. Well, not on the strip, obviously. You don't buy a house on the strip. But yeah, it's a trade-off. Some things are cheaper and some things are more expensive. Yeah. And one of those things that games will be more expensive in Las Vegas, while as just cost of living in general in Las Vegas will be cheaper. And again, remember, Las Vegas also doesn't have state tax. So again, some things are cheaper and some things are more expensive. Oakland couldn't even afford to keep him. Exactly. We're acting like only the Raiders left Oakland. Many people left Oakland. Everyone left.
No, you saying many people left Oakland.
Other
Really,
teams left Oakland.
really, the A's. The Warriors didn't leave Oakland. What they did was they went to a small market team to become a big market team because they were champions. Like it only made sense. It only made sense for them to live. To move to San Francisco. Like, okay, cool. We dealt with that because the average Warrior fan, if they wanted to, they could go to the games. But what happened is the Warriors end up outpricing the average fan. So that's why the experience is nowhere near the same.
I get it.
Because when Steph Curry leaves the Warriors, watch what happened to the Warrior
Guys,
franchise.
I
Watch.
get it. It just sounds to me like we're saying this is an Oakland problem.
No.
If
No,
every team is leaving you, you have to ask yourself why.
The city of Oakland. It's not that they didn't have the money. It's the fact that they wasn't trying to budge on the fact that they, bro. If you owe the city hella money and they forgive the debt and still and give you the land for free. They give you the land for free. So not only did the debt that we paid to bring you out of LA, we're
Right.
forgiving that. And we're gonna give you the land to build a new stadium, and we just need you to have five on it, and you ain't even got five on it, but then it's our fault. So you want
Question.
us to throw
So
more money at it?
If Oakland gave the Raiders the land, wouldn't that mean that the city would own the stadium?
No, they were saying, look, we're gonna give you the land for free. We just need some support with building the stadium.
So we're gonna sign the land
So
up
so
to
so they yes.
under your name. That was the city was going to sign the land over to the Oakland Raiders and said, "This is your land."
They
And it was
already
free.
yes.
Okay.
They wasn't charging. They wasn't charging the Raiders to build a stadium
So here's the
on the
question:
land
and if that deal was so sweet, why did Mark Davis turn it down?
because he had no money. I keep saying that.
But then he
I mean,
magically got money going to Las Vegas.
yes.
So he didn't turn it down because he didn't have money. He turned it down because somebody else gave him money.
Okay. Yeah, that's why.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right.
why. Yeah, that's why. And at what cost? There's a cost. It's
There's a
not that.
cost
It's
to
not
everything.
that. It's
There's
not
a
as simple
cost
as
to
saying. It's
everything.
not as simple as saying.
There is a
Okay, I
cost
have
to
this
everything.
and this, so they're gonna give us more money, so we're gonna go over there. Okay, cool. So you went for the money.
Yes, Black. There's a cost to everything. There's a
Okay,
cost, and the
right.
cost wasn't enough to outweigh the benefits. That's it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We see how that
It's
works.
already done. It's already done. It's done.
It's not done.
What's not
How
done
is it
about it?
done? How is
Because the
it
Las
done?
Vegas
We don't even
Raiders.
have a fan base there. There's no fan base in Las Vegas like
So we're
that.
back to
Not like that.
so you do mean that for real? Like there is no fan base.
No, I'm saying not like that. Not literally none. Not literally none. I just showed you where 50 to 68% of the sales go to other teams.
And that's still better than taking free land from Oakland.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my question. If the Oakland deal was so good, if it was good and beneficial for the fans, like you guys have been saying, why did Mark Davis turn it down?
I'm gonna tell you why. If you went to a Mercedes-Benz dealership and they say, "Hey, you know what? We
And
like you.
Frank Miller's right.
So we want you. We want to sell you a Benz. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna waive all the taxes. We looked at your credit. Your credit is terrible, but we're gonna overlook that.
Okay,
Matter of fact, the usual down payment is 300.
you're
thirty
gonna waive
thousand
that
dollars.
too.
$30,000. All we want from you is $5,000, and you
Boom.
say, "I ain't even got it though."
That.
So we
Yeah,
supposed
and
to
then you
just
say
give you
what?
the car anyway? We should just
Yes,
give you the car anyway.
yes.
Okay.
Why would you do that? Because I'm leveraging the entire team. There, like, does this not make sense? Like, the leverage was the team. Oh, Oakland, what? You didn't give Mark Davis everything he wanted. You should have. The leverage was the team. Yeah,
Okay.
the investment was the team. So Mark was asking for an investment, more investment. Yeah, I know the deal you did under my dad. I get it. My dad was a football person. I'm a business person. Give me the investment that I need to make this team into an NFL powerhouse. And
So would you be
sorry,
mad? Would you be mad if your wife left you for somebody with more money?
if my wife left me with somebody with more money,
Hypothetically,
hypothetically,
I'm saying hypothetically. Now I ain't talking about your wife.
hypothetically,
Wife. I'm just saying, would you be
hypothetically.
mad if your wife left you for some money, for more a guy with more money?
Wait, are you asking like if I find out she left, would I be immediately mad?
No, no. What
Oh,
if she came to you and said, "I want to drive a Benz and I want to drive a Range Rover," and you said, "Babe, we ain't got it right now," and then she said, "I know this dude that said he'll take care of me and I ain't even got to work." If she left, would you be mad?
I would be mad at myself because I realize the kind of person she is. Yeah,
Oh,
I would be mad because I'm like, wait, that's not who
oh,
you said you were.
oh. Okay, okay.
Okay,
That makes sense.
and then you transfer to a football team. A football team is a football. It's a business. It's not a person.
So, wait a minute. People fund the business, bro.
Yes, but the business has to be a business because it's a business.
You know what the
Again,
purpose of a business is that you have a service that you sell to the people, and the people purchase said service.
Justice said that's not how business works. What is not how business works?
No, and plus, anyway, I just wanted to know if you would be mad. I'm not really even trying to correlate the two. I just want to see, like, because you're saying you're a business person, so
Yeah,
in business, to the person with the highest bidder wins, right? That's usually how
yes,
that works, right? Right.
yes.
So what I'm saying, I just want to know, how far does that go? Does that go only when we're talking about everything in your life, or are we talking about just when it comes to selling, like, the team, or
Yeah,
or or,
you could,
or, or, or a good or service?
right.
Because some people can
You
take
put
that
it
to
into
mean
compartments.
everything.
You put it into compartments. Yeah,
Well, some people do.
moving the team was just a business decision.
It was.
Yeah, that's all it was. It wasn't against the fans' decision. It was a business decision. That's all it was.
So nobody was affected by that business decision.
Many people were, both positive
I'm
and
talking about
negative.
negatively. I'm talking about
Yeah,
negatively.
both. Because again,
Who-
everything that Oakland lost in terms of jobs, Las Vegas gained all of that. The people who work at the stadium, the people who do concessions, Las Vegas gained all of that. And Oakland lost all of that.
What did Oakland lose? What did Oakland lose by losing the Raiders? What did they lose other than those jobs that you're talking about? Which is
The
true. They
Oakland
did that.
Raiders. Wait, what did you talking about the city,
When the Raiders left Oakland,
right?
what what did Oakland lose when the Raiders left?
They
Other
got
th-
it.
other than the jobs,
They
other
lost
than
a
the
football
jobs,
team.
because you just named that. But
They lost a football team and a bunch of other things by losing that football team. A few things they lost by losing all their teams. It means they won't be able to host any major sporting events because they don't have the
They
venue.
don't care about sporting events in
Exactly.
Oakland
So then,
now.
why are you
They
so
don't
mad
care
because
now.
you
They don't
left?
care now. If the Raiders would have had a new stadium in Oakland, they wouldn't have
And they
lost the A's.
and
They
they
wouldn't
should
have
have
lost the A's. If they would have
and
built a new stadium in Oakland for the
then they
football
should have
team,
done
they would have never
everything.
lost the A's. And then the Warriors is still right across the bridge, so they would have had essentially still the same. It's not like
Yes,
moving the. It's not like moving the Niners from
black,
San Francisco to
black.
Santa
Let me
Clara.
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If you love somebody, really love them, and they give you a stipulation, this is my stipulation. If you really love them, would you be willing to pay that price, no matter what?
First of
Mark
all,
Mark Davis comes and says, "This is my price. This is it. This is the
that's not
price."
love. That's not love.
No, that
Giving somebody a stipulation, that ain't love.
exactly. It
That's
isn't.
not
It's a
love.
business. It's a business. It
Oh
has
yeah,
nothing.
so the Raider so the Las Vegas Raiders don't love the fans, they love the business.
The Las Vegas what?
The Las Vegas Raiders don't prioritize or love the fan, they prioritize and love the business, aka the money.
Okay. Think of it like this: the Las Vegas Raiders understand that their name, the Raiders, is the team. That
No,
Raider fans will follow them no matter where they go.
but that's not true.
If the I Oakland Raider fans, would you where would the team go that you would not follow?
Las Vegas, they're doing it
Yes.
right now.
So okay, Oakland Raider fans, are you no longer fans of Raiders? Because that's what we need to parse out.
I'm not saying that. I'm
Who
not
here
saying
is
they're no
no
longer
longer
fans.
okay? Who here is
They're
no
no
longer
longer
a fan of the Raiders?
they're no longer it's they're no
What is
longer
it? What is it?
they're no longer attached to the Raiders the way they are. Not just because they left Oakland.
And
That is
that's
not
on you.
why.
That's
That's
on
not
you.
why. Yeah, it
That's on
is
you
from the Raider
individually.
fan. It is
No,
from the
no,
Raider fan.
individually. I
No,
didn't do
so
that. I go with the Raiders wherever they go. That's
yeah,
my bottom line.
but you're not buying not one ticket. So you're not even the target audience. You're
Okay.
just doing it out of sheer love.
Oh yeah, exactly. So what are you
Yeah.
guys doing it out
But
of?
but 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 when it comes to business, it don't matter about your pure love. They
Our
care
Davis
about
would have moved,
they,
right? Yeah, exactly. Like what?
they,
What are
they
we
care
talking
about
about
they
here?
care about the money. So if you're saying that the money is more important than the fans, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, fine. If that's what that sounds like, okay, cool. But again, that's for each individual fan to make their own decision. I didn't think the Raiders movie meant that the Raiders fans were not important. I think the Raiders movie meant that they understand that the fans are all
Oh,
over the world, not just in Oakland.
why
That no matter
I don't
where
know
they
why
go,
you
their
keep
fans will
using
still
these
be.
words. I never said it wasn't important. What I'm saying is they prioritize money over the fan. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. Perfect. We did. If that's
Yeah.
how you interpret it, yeah, good.
No, it's not no how I interpret it. It either happened that way or it didn't. It's not
No,
my.
that's not
I
true.
mean, when
It's
you
your
look at when
interpretation.
you look at data, you have to interpret said
What
data.
data are
It's
you
not.
looking at?
It's not. Bro, I just gave you one data point
Which
about
was?
which was the average Raider fan is not filling up the stadium that they have in Las Vegas.
I disagree with that. I
Okay.
don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. What is the average Raider fan? Who's an average Raider fan?
The average when they open up the stadium and
Okay,
when you file in fans into the stadium,
right.
average fan there is not a Raider fan.
But
The average fan is not.
isn't it more likely that the average fan there just isn't a football fan because there hasn't been a football team there? What do
Oh
you mean
my
they're
God.
not Raider
Okay.
fans? You mean maybe they're not
All right,
football
man.
fans, right?
Okay.
So you're saying that the average fan is an active member of another team? Is that what you're saying?
Nope.
Okay. So you're saying
Mm-mm.
the average. So if a fan goes into Allegiant, they are not the average fan.
The average fan inside of Allegiant isn't
Right.
Raider. That's all it is. It's
So
not
what is it?
complicated.
So what is it? If it
It's
isn't
it's
Raiders,
it's it's Cincinnati Bengals, it's
okay.
the Chiefs, the Niners,
Like every week or
the
when we play them,
Cowboys,
every
the Packers,
I know. You've said enough
the
teams. The
Eagles,
Eagles
the
and the
Dolphins,
Kings and
who else? And it's like 31
all,
other teams.
yeah, all 31 teams. You mean like when we played them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Raiders don't play themselves. Whatever team that come in there, they file 50%. Imagine you have a stadium
I
down the
don't need
street,
to. I
right?
don't need to imagine.
Imagine you have a stadium down the street, but you got people that's coming from states flying in, and they
Okay.
fill up the stadium, if not equally as you, but even another third more than you. And you're telling me that that's mines? How
What?
is that
Okay.
mines? So does the Raider
Okay.
have home
Okay.
field? Do the Raiders have? I just have one question. I have one question.
Wait.
No, forget all that. I just have one question. Does the
Uh-huh.
Raiders have home field advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. When fans come to a Legion, think about the fans that come. You're talking about every fan of every team comes. No, that's not true. Whenever we play the Miami Dolphins, we don't get more of their fans. Whenever we play the Kansas City Chiefs, we do. Whenever we play teams that are good teams, we do. Yeah, just like if we went to other people's stadiums where they have a bad team and we have a good team, there will be more Raider fans there. Again, we are literally talking about the fan base that we are proud of talking about us going to other people's stadiums. So
Oh,
is
I
it
just read
when it
to you from the Las Vegas Authority that says 50 to 68%
I
each
don't
week.
care. Who
Each week. Oh,
cares?
now you don't
But who
care about what they
cares?
said.
But
Now
who
you don't care.
cares? Okay, even if that's true, even if which I trust me on this, I promise you, it is not true. It is a skewed number. Anyone can
Oh,
make up numbers. It's not.
okay.
But even if it's true, it's fans of football. What is the problem? You want it to be 70-30 because that tells you that it's home field advantage?
Nah, it don't matter, bro.
What?
It don't matter, bro. It
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
matter.
No,
It
I
don't
don't think it
matter.
does either.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Just as long as you're
It
a
doesn't.
football field, just as long as you a football fan and you fill up the stadium, that's what matters. That's what
Yes.
matters.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. We got it. 99% of those fans in Vegas are I mean, you're not saying it black, but people are saying it, it's like I don't need to defend Las Vegas. They got themselves covered. And so if you guys meet Las Vegas fans, tell them all of this and let them tell you what they really feel about the Raiders. But I'm just saying I follow the Raiders and the Raiders are in Las Vegas. So I'm a Las Vegas Raider fan. Right. The point is moving Oakland to Vegas hurt the fan base. It hurt the Oakland fan base, not the Las Vegas fan base or the LA fan base. It actually made them happy because they're closer to because they can go to more games now. Does that make sense? Right? We care about those fans, don't we? The LA fans. Do you not care that they get to go to more games? Do you not care that the Las Vegas fans who've been sitting there for the past God knows there it is. There it is. Look, Black, there's your answer. No, we don't. And that's what I've been saying. I get your anger, but that's what I don't have a stake.
Can you please?
I'm just saying this is your
Who got
point.
who
This
has
is your
anger?
point.
Who has anger, man? I keep saying I ain't angry about it. I
No,
told you
not you.
all I care about is I'm just trying to see what the conversation is. Because if the conversation is if they've made a good business decision financially, then I agree with that.
Okay.
If it hurts the fan base, it hurts the fan base, and the culture is no longer the culture. I agree with that. So I don't even know where my anger
Oh,
would
so
come
you
from
agree
because
with
at
all
this
of it. So you agree with all of it.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
that's why I'm like, stop saying that I'm angry because I'm not angry.
No,
I'm just
no,
saying, I'm frank.
no, no, no.
Let's.
I'm talking about chat. I'm talking about
Oh,
chat.
okay.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
my bad.
yeah.
My bad. My bad.
So,
My bad.
so
I do that
Raiden Nation
sometimes too. I do
Jensen
that
said
sometimes.
it. Raiden Nation Jensen said it. He said it. No, he doesn't care about the Vegas fans. That's the point. For some people, that's what it is. We don't care about you other fans. We only care about us. And I'm saying, cool. Don't. We don't care that you don't care.
Wow.
How do the Raiders have a home field advantage? Look at the Home field advantage is a mentality, man. How does Raiders have home field advantage? Home field advantage is mentality. Home field advantage is mentality. It's not. Yeah. You can one team can have more fans than another team, and it doesn't matter. It's a mentality thing. So, but if you're saying that home field equals actual numbers, well, the question is why have the Raiders been losing so much in Oakland if home field equals actual numbers? And it doesn't. It's just a mentality.
Yeah,
When
but
the
they
Raiders
don't.
win the Super Bowl, they need to have a parade in 3 cities. Would that satisfy you if they had a parade in Oakland, Justice? If they win a Super Bowl and they had a parade in Oakland, would you then feel like the Raiders did not leave the soul of Oakland, or they did not leave their soul back in Oakland? Because again, that's a statement. Do you agree that that's a statement you guys have been making? And I'm saying no, we didn't leave our soul in Oakland because the soul of the team is in the team, not in the city. That's another lie. What's another lie? No home field advantage is having your home field fans outnumber. Okay, if that's home field advantage, it didn't help the Raiders in Oakland, right? Would you agree with that, Raider Nation, Jason? If home field advantage is quote having your home fans outnumbering your opponent, did it actually have a material difference with the Oakland Raiders in the past 20 years?
So wait a minute. How are you gonna put a timeline on it? Let's talk about the whole history of each individual city. So, because
Okay.
what I do know is the Oakland won a Super Bowl.
We won more than 3 games. Okay, sure, but we were in Oakland for a much longer period. We won 2 in Oakland. We also won 1 in LA, right? And we actually won the one in LA quicker than we won the one in Oakland.
And who
Okay.
cares?
I'm just throwing out. If you guys if people are throwing stuff, I'm just throwing stuff out too. Let's just
I'm
get out.
just saying, who cares about that part though?
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. No one cares about that part. Momentum is different from home field. So you characterize home field advantage as actual people. And I say, yeah, true. If that's home field advantage, but home field advantage without the momentum is not home field advantage. So the momentum has to follow it to become home field advantage. 1980 team exemplifies the nation. 1980. So the 1980s was primarily Oakland, right? Exemplify. Yeah, that's in 1980. That's long gone. This is 2026. So what do you want for the Raiders in 2026? The actual 1980. Yeah, I didn't see that team, Frank. Cool. Most of us didn't see that team. The new Vegas Raiders suck. Okay, cool. Raider Nation Jensen, I think you suck. How's that? Oakland at least was the outskirt of playoff contention. Do not unfollow Black because of everything I'm saying. Unfollow me, Jensen. I think you suck. Yeah, I said it. I've been holding it in. I didn't want to tell you, but now I'm saying it. I think I think you don't like the Las Vegas Raiders, so I don't like you. There you go. That's it. You can have that. If you don't like my team, I don't like you. Get out of here. Go be a Charger fan. They're still in LA.
That's crazy.
They moved to LA just for you.
That's crazy, boy.
He said I should be ashamed of myself. Well, too bad I'm not ashamed of myself. Jensen, get out of here. If you do not like the Las Vegas Raiders, do not follow the Good Raider.
I know, you took a page out of my book. I didn't tainted you now. You the bad
Man, y'all
Raider
making me
tonight.
bad. Man, y'all pissing me off. Jensen, get out of here. Man said I should be ashamed of myself.
He said you did one of my numbers.
I'm
But if you're
sorry.
gonna feel this way,
I'm
don't
sorry.
follow me.
I'm sorry. Who are you, Jensen? You think you speak for Raider Nation? Get out. You don't
But you
speak for
Raider,
nobody.
what you don't know. But see, he's part of Fight Club too. So that's the beautiful thing about all this.
We will see each other. No, you will not see me because in Fight Club, I don't fight. Well, you think I care about fighting about this stuff? No, I'm moderate. I don't fight over this stuff. I'm a Raider fan. I don't care what city you call it. You would not see me. Trust me. Anybody who see, yeah, can we block him? See this? He's part of.
No.
If he's part of that show, I don't want him. I don't want him. See, that's what I'm saying. Like I already told Black, this is the kind of energy I don't want. Yeah, now you're threatening people. Yeah, brother, you
Where's
will
the threat
never see
at?
me. This is life or death for him. Yeah, please block him, please.
No, I can't.
I will not associate with this man. Sorry, brother. I will under zero conditions associate with this dude. So you can consider yourself gone or me gone from because no, we will. It is not. Yeah, it is not a matter of life or death for me. Can we block him, please? If we don't block him, I'm
Yeah,
not coming back to the show. I promise
wait.
you.
So
Never
so
see
now
me.
so now you're gonna put
Yo,
me in
black,
a position.
black,
No,
black.
wait. Hold on.
Black, if you don't
Let me
block this dude, you will
hold
never see
on.
me again.
Hold on. Let me get this clear. Because of something somebody said in the chat, you're gonna take that out on me. That's what you're doing?
Yes, because it's making a threat.
Okay.
So
I
I
can't.
will
I can't.
never.
What I can't say this though. I'm not gonna block him. But what I will say though is I don't know about the whole when I see you keep
I,
the same energy. That's a little
yeah,
too much for me, right?
no,
I
no, no.
do agree.
That's not too much for me. That's a
Let me just say what I'm
go
saying.
ahead.
That's a little too much for me, and I don't agree with that part at all, especially over a conversation about a team that none of us own.
Brother.
So
This is my channel, right? Raider get Jensen. This is my channel. You don't come to someone's channel and threaten them. That's a little weird. All right. Well, you and I will never have a conversation. Raider Jensen. Yeah, we're gonna. Look, I'll keep it 100 with you. Your statement right there. Yeah, we don't do that. Yeah, we don't do that. Sorry. Yeah. This is we don't. We're trying to we're trying to get paid on this channel. You ain't narrated, brother. Can you block this dude already, please? Oh, thank you, dude. I don't want to see that dude ever again. And remember, I was telling you, and I bet you I know which one that dude is, because I'm telling you, like some people are gonna bring some weird energy, guys. If you cannot keep your emotions in check and threatening people, we will never see you again. Okay, that makes sense, right? So we keep all emotions in check. You don't. Yeah, that was a bit too much. So we're gonna. Yeah, that dude will never see me under any circumstance ever again. I will remember him just to avoid him in every single scenario. So we're gonna keep it friendly, right? Okay, let's keep it friendly. I think you want to go. If you're supposed to be a part of some program that I'm moderating, that won't happen. That would not happen. All right. How do the Raiders have home field? Yeah. Okay. Home field. Oh shoot. Give me a second. Here's the thing, man, and this is why for some people stuff just means a bit too much. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna wait for him to come back because he needs to confirm. Because apparently he's
confirm
supposed.
what?
Oh, okay. Anybody, if this is getting too hard for anybody else, just let me know now. Because apparently it's life and death for some people. It is not for me. That's just weird. That's just weird. Okay, so the idea that when the Raiders win the Super Bowl, they need to have a parade in 3 cities. That idea I do like. I really like that idea. Because I do think that makes sense, right? So any thoughts on
What's that?
that?
What's that? Frank Webb, 4 Ice Cubes. This whole situation need 4 Ice Cubes.
You never take out of context somebody who says, wait till the next time you see me. Like, what? No, I don't want to see you at all. So on that front, it's Raiders is not life and death for me. It's a football team. So if it is for you, you don't want to watch my content. Yeah, you know what I mean. So
Let's just talk about training camp. Let's do that.
let's
Can we
talk
do
about it.
that?
Actually, we gotta end. It's already 9:45. It's actually 9:50.
Oh, oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. No, we've been going
Oh,
for a long time.
we sure have. We sure have. That's
Yeah, no,
crazy.
this is a good stream until the end there.
That's crazy. That much time went by. Okay.
So so here's the thing though, because we are supposed to do this fight or flight thing on Friday, but if that was like a little inkling of what it's supposed to be, that's kind of what I don't want it to be. People would feel like talking about this is like life and death for them. It's like, no, it just wouldn't be fun if it's that. You know, the Raiders can be like your I, again. I wouldn't feel comfortable talking to somebody who's like, "This is life or death." It's like, nah, okay, no, because that's a person who's just telling you you need to take their position. So that's not gonna work for any kind of debating situation, especially on stream. I feel okay. So camp, real quick. We didn't get to talk about it today, but let's list it off real quick. The good things of camp. Caleb Rogers did well first week. Trey Zune also did well. Malik Benson apparently shined on the last day. Teron Johnson, Brock Bowers had a couple touchdowns, so he's apparently Brock Bowers was unguardable.
Yeah.
Uh, all three quarterbacks did pretty good. Even what's his face did good. Raiders got Hayward. Hayward. Who's Hayward?
Connor Hayward.
Oh, Connor Hayward. You talking about the fullback?
Oh, I thought that's who you were talking about. Furpo was good. I can always tell when Furpo comes into the building.
Yo, Furpo, what up? Bad news. Kudipe got injured, but according to reports, the injury is not. There was just cautionary to take him off the field. There's a lot of competition at cornerback, but Ezekiel Masses is still kind of doing the best based on camp, even though Brock Bowers did kind of kick his butt a bit, but that's to be expected. And then again, I gotta let you know, Black, the news around JPJ is still bouncing all over the place. There's still
Yeah.
nothing concrete. People are still saying he doesn't seem to have locked it down. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he could be kicked out of that position. Are you hearing the same thing?
Yeah, I'm hearing people say it, but I don't believe it
Okay.
because it's a narrative. I don't just like it's see now after tonight I kind of understand now why the nation is the way it is, why it's split. Because there's two different agendas going on. I'm not saying one is better than the other or any of that. I ain't saying none of that. All I'm saying is there's two visions that's going on here. So there's a vision that, hey, we want things to be a certain kind of our way. And our way is, and that could be both sides. Our way is we want certain things to happen or certain players to like Mendoza. They want Mendoza to start no matter what. Just like they don't want JBJ on the team for whatever reason. Just like they
Yo,
want Max
okay,
on the team
Jensen's
for the
back.
last couple of years.
Yo, Jensen. Um, Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't have anything against
Oh,
anybody. I don't have anything against anybody. And if you're from Oakland, you know this. If you make any kind of notion of where to the next time I see you, we all know what you're saying, right? Oh, you meant to see me on the debate show. Oh, oops. Here's the thing. Yeah, I'm a moderator on the debate show. I don't debate.
yeah, I didn't think he
Yeah.
meant like when he see you, it's on site, but that's why
Oh,
I was just gonna talk to you about it.
cool. Yo, we, we,
No,
we
I
we
don't
both
think he
we're
was
both from
saying
we're
it
both
like
from
that.
Oakland.
Because you gotta understand that there's text tone. You know what text tone is, right?
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes
because
sense. Yeah, yeah.
so sometimes when you read a text or when you're reading words, the inflection and all that other stuff is missing. So sometimes it could be interpreted, especially when we're having a high level
Yeah.
conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't think he was threatening you like that, but I wanted to confirm it because
Yeah,
but then again, I can't tell you how to feel about that statement because I haven't been in the chat like that. So with that being said, if I look up and I see,
see,
well,
again, it's like if I had a problem like that, but only you would know. No, I wouldn't know
no, so
anything.
what he's all no, no, all he's
You would say
saying
it to
is
my face.
he would say it to you, whether it be
Right,
through a direct message or
right,
it's not
right, right,
that
right, right, right,
he wouldn't try to do you like that. That's all he's saying. Like in context, he wasn't meaning it like that.
right.
That's what how that was. So it was just
All
a
right.
matter of misunderstanding. But the thing about Fight Club is this though. One of the rules of Fight Club is is no ad hominem attacks, which means you attack the point, not the person. And then the very last rule, which is the ninth rule, and the last rule is the lasting rule, is respect is a must.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Yeah.
must because I would shut the show down in a minute too if it get to a
Right.
certain level, right? Or I'll
Right.
kick the person out. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I wasn't sure that he meant it like that because knowing because the little bit I do know about him, that he
Of
doesn't
course, yeah.
strike me as that kind of person.
If you
But
ever
this
see
is
me,
the but
if you ever
but
see
this
me
is
in
the first
Vegas, I've
time
been in the owner's box.
but this is the first time you guys are engaging with each other, so I just was like, well, I'll just sort it all out when the show is over. But I didn't think that it was that serious, but I
Right.
wasn't sure. So yeah.
Um.
So can we kumbaya now?
Yeah, we should kumbaya. And the only thing I would say is when you're talking about Vegas and Vegas fans, let's be nice to them, man. They're like they don't show up to games. It's like, come on. Like we don't know the full parameters of what makes people sell tickets. I do know there is a lot of scalpers in sports. We all know this. Like we can't act like Raider fans literally buy tickets and resell it. No, there's a lot of scalpers who do this stuff, right? There are people who don't even know anything about football. They just buy tickets on Ticketmaster and then resell it for a higher price. We know this happens in football all the time. Now, does that mean that Las Vegas fans aren't buying tickets as much as Oakland Raider fans were? Yeah, it does. It does mean that. But it's also because the Raiders are new to the team, are new to the city, and they haven't really won a whole lot in 5 years. But again, we've only been there for 5 years, right? So, but if an Oakland Raider fan is gonna fight about the move to Las Vegas, like again, like what's the fight about? I don't get it because what did you expect Mark Davis to do? He didn't stay in Oakland. My point is, if he didn't stay in Oakland, there was a reason. We can't overlook that, no matter how hard we try. That's it. So if that makes somebody angry, it's like, yeah, that I mean, again, does Mark Davis not know that people are mad that he moved to Vegas? Of course he does. But
No, but see,
what the option is there?
no, the other option is how about take Ronnie Lott and his group that came together with all the money that was necessary because they had
Yeah,
enough money and
Ronnie Lott is a Niner fan, though, right?
they had no, but it was way more than Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott played for the Raiders too. But the thing about it is they had a deal
Right.
that would have encompassed the money. It's like Mark Davis didn't want to go because Mark Davis saw greener pastures and he hit the goal. He went for the bag. I ain't mad at him. He's
Wouldn't
a
you though?
businessman.
Okay, Jason. You're not mad. Let's say you're not mad, but you're pretty. It means a lot to you. If you were Mark Davis, dude, what would you have done? Vegas was giving you a better offer. I,
I
what?
wouldn't have sold the fan base
What did
out. I know I wouldn't have did that.
I again? I If it's about football, let's keep it about football. If it's about business, let's keep it about business. But if it's about a business about football, let's keep it about that. One city was offering you what you wanted, the other city wasn't. I don't understand. What do you mean loyalty is everything? Oakland didn't show loyalty to the Raiders. That's the point. Las Vegas did.
So
If,
money
if
is
it's about
loyalty?
money is a part of loyalty. What did Oakland have to give? Resources. We needed those resources. They weren't given enough of them. That shows a lack of loyalty. Again, every team is left, but they suck. Okay, fine. They suck. That's why they left. We left and we didn't suck. We literally left because we weren't getting what we needed from Oakland. That's it.
So let me ask you, not the business side of it.
Not okay.
Not
Yeah.
not not the not the not the financials. Is the Raiders a better team in Las Vegas than they were in LA.
In LA,
Yes, LA.
they were in LA. How many years they were in LA for? Like 5 years.
And I'm just asking, that's about the same amount of time. The Rays only been in Vegas, what, 7 years, 8 years, or something like that. So
The
I'm
answer,
just saying,
okay, fine. The answer
so
is no. The answer is no, but it's also because the Raiders in Vegas, I haven't actually had the opportunity to build a team. Most of the team has been the ones we brought from Oakland that are now gone, and now we're finally just spending money on the team in Las Vegas. We haven't spent money on the team in Las Vegas.
was the Raiders a better team in a better team in Las Vegas than they were when they came to Oakland the second time?
Again, no, because well, maybe no, but not worse because we didn't win a Super Bowl when we came back to Oakland the second time, right?
Yeah,
And
but,
since we
but
came,
I'm just saying,
since
even
we came,
record wise,
but since it came back to Oakland, the team has gotten worse and worse and worse and worse in terms of its
no, the
legacy.
Raiders went to a Super Bowl when they was in Oakland the second
Yeah, they
time.
went to a Super Bowl, but yeah, the answer is no. I get that. The answer is no. But again, if you are Mark Davis and you are entrusted with the legacy of your father, you want to do the absolute best for it. If
He
one city
killed the
didn't give you,
legacy.
he okay,
Mark
fine.
Davis killed
I
the
I
legacy.
can't argue with that because that's a personal statement. If you think he killed the legacy, I can't argue with that. You think he killed the legacy? I think he's improving the legacy. I think he's expanding the legacy.
So we lose more, but we expanded the legacy.
No, we're not losing more. We're losing the same amount we lost when we were in the same amount we've been in here
Oh,
and the same amount we've been in Oakland. We've lost the equal amount. But the difference is we haven't built a team in Vegas. We haven't tried to build a team in Vegas. This is the first time we're trying that. That's right. We came with the Oakland team, right? We haven't actually built a team in Las Vegas yet. So money doesn't equal. Nobody says money equals wins. So, okay. Anyways, look, if it means that much to you, fine. All I'm saying is we're not an Oakland team anymore. So I don't follow the Oakland Raiders anymore. I follow the Las Vegas Raiders. Right? Okay. All right, let's end there. Um Black is frozen. Yo, Jensen, yeah, we'll see you in the shows, but I can't argue with things like Vegas has no fan base. Like I don't know what to do with that. Fine. If you don't think they have a fan base, you don't think they have a fan base. All I can say is go talk to the fans, and you might find some of them who are just as loyal to the Raiders as you are. But again, people prefer a bad guy talking than good guy. So I'm gonna let the good guys leaving now because I got a wife to go and make smile, who is kind of mad that I took so long streaming. Uh, I honestly I don't know what anyone's saying anymore. I'm just waiting for Black to come back. I don't know what anyone's saying
can you hear me?
anymore.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All I've ever said was the Raiders are a Las Vegas team now. If they are,
They
there's a
are.
reason, and I do trust that reason.
No, I
I'm
agree
okay
with
if you
that.
don't, but I trust the reason
I agree with
because
that.
yeah, yeah.
That they're a Las Vegas team now. I agree with that. I definitely
But they
agree with
did.
that.
How did Jensen ask me this question? How did they leave you? How did they leave you? You are literally still a fan. How did they leave you?
Because he's loyal. That's why.
You are a fan. How did they leave you though? So okay, again, I can't. I said they left a bunch of their fans in California. I don't know how to say anything about that. What would I say about that? Okay, fine. They left a bunch of their fans and they didn't care about them. Fine, cool. Or even if you're not saying that, they left a bunch of fans. Okay, I can't debate with that. I don't know what that means. So whatever fans feel like you got left, based on what Mark Davis has said, based on what everyone has said, they didn't leave anybody. They left the Oakland because they had no other option, or they had no other great option, or they took the best option possible.
You go. That's more accurate. They took the
Okay,
best
fine.
option
You're from
possible.
Oakland. They left physically, but again, they've left once. So I guess for those who were in Oakland, again, we can be mad, but we left once. If anything, the Raiders are the teams that leaves, right? Can we all agree with that, Jensen? Did they not leave Oakland once? Yeah, did they not leave Oakland once? Right? Is this the first time they're leaving Oakland? If anything, the Raiders means we leave, right? Okay. That's going to be the end of this. We will convene another time. Yo, Black still here? All right. Okay. If you actually go to games, you lost plenty. If you watch on TV like most, you don't exactly. Okay. There, Frank Miller, that is perfect. Frank Weber, I mean, that is perfect. I might as well call you Frank Miller. If you go to the games, you lost a lot. If you don't go to the games, you don't lose much. And guess what? The vast majority of Raider fans, have never been to a game. Okay. And for their sake, I don't think it matters what city the Oakland is. I don't think it matters what city the Raiders play in. I think it just matters to them that they get to enjoy their team. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me what city the Raiders are in. It matters to me what the team means and what the team stands for. If you think that means Oakland, yeah, I think. Or you may think that means California, yes. But I do know a lot of people would disagree with you. So okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of it. As we always say, every day, I'm a Raider, you're a Raider, everyone is a Raider, from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. I did not make those words up. Some rappers did, and it just happened to come true. Like I said, it was prophecy. So, from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful, wonderful night. How do we end this thing, Black? We can't end till Black shows up, sadly. So, I'm going to sign out. Thank Jason. That's perfect. Thank you for saying that, because that's the heart of what I've been saying. Thank you for saying that. That is the heart, and I'm not even from Vegas, but that's the heart of what I've been saying. Have a good night, guys.
Oh, look who's back. Black is back. I guess y'all ran him out the building. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat. I had to reset my computer, y'all. Let me put a one in the chat if you can see the chat. I mean, if you can hear me, put a one in the chat if you guys can hear me. Uh, okay, cool. Thanks. Okay. What do you guys think about that conversation overall? I'm curious now. I'm curious because you guys didn't do the poll. Only three of you guys did the poll, but I appreciate that for sure. Um, we can close the poll out, I guess. But what do you guys think about that? Let me respond to what you guys think about the overall conversation. What did you take away from that conversation? That's what I want to know. What do you guys take away from that? Let's see. Last time I checked, Oakland Stadium is empty. What did you guys take from that? Okay, new subject. New subject was great. What you want a new subject? That's what you're saying. You want to talk something else? Because I'm willing to talk something else too. Because I mean, I just have a clear vision of what's going on, and it's probably even more. I'm more clear about. I can tell you what I personally think about it all, or we can just talk about something else. Y'all want to talk about training camp battles, like who you got so far in week one of training camp? What stood out to you guys? I mean, good or bad? What stood out to you guys? Good or bad?
We're back, baby. We're back, baby. So, my wife
He
is.
said I was tired of the QB talk. He said this was refreshing because he
I
was
can't hear
tired of
you.
talking
Wait.
quarterbacks.
That's on me. That's on me. Hold up. That's on me. No, it's not you. It's not you. Yo, my boy Jensen. It's all love. It's all love. It's actually all love. You kind of worried. I was like, what? No, but it's all love. It's all love. It's all love.
Yeah, I was. Webb said he liked the new subject was great because we weren't talking quarterbacks no
Quarterbacks.
more.
I know. Uh-oh. Well, let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. Do you think the debate over Mendoza starting is gonna go away? It's not. It's
It's not.
not.
It's
It's
not.
not. Because he's throwing dimes now. That boy's throwing dimes in camp, and people were like, "Oh shit! Did you see those dimes he just threw?"
But did you hear about all the touchdowns that Kirk Cousins threw in practice?
Yes, yes. With Brock Bauer, with Brock Bauer. So yeah, no. Honestly, though, Jensen, that new subject was great because I haven't had a full conversation like that from people who still live in Oakland to kind of gauge where the city is when it comes to maybe not just the Raiders, but the other sports teams that are leaving, right? But yeah, that was the first time I actually got it from Oakland people, like what it actually meant when that happened. Because I will be honest, when that whole thing was happening, I was in Japan and in St. Louis, and my thought were, well, the team needs to grow, or else it's just gonna
But you know one thing is I'm not mad, but I am hurt. I ain't
hurt.
gonna
Yeah,
lie about that.
there you go. There you go. Yes,
I'm
yes.
not mad, but I'm hurt for
Mhm.
sure. I ain't gonna lie and say I would be lying if I said I wasn't hurt over it. But I'm over that now though because it's business at the end of the day.
Yeah. And I think that goes back to the relationship question you posted, which is like, would I be mad? Yeah, I would be mad for a bit, but at the end, I would just be hurt and just be like, okay, you just didn't believe in me to be patient,
Yeah,
get that for
yeah,
you. Okay. And
yeah.
and I feel like Oakland can say the same thing, like, okay, Raiders, Mark Davis, you just didn't believe in us enough to go with this deal that we think is a good deal because it's going to keep you here where your fan base is located in, right? So yeah, I get that too, and we didn't talk about that side, but yeah,
But I think the Raider fans in Oakland or okay, since we specifically talking about Oakland, think Oakland, we've been through the Raiders leaving and all that.
right,
So I
yeah,
think, and the reason why we were accepting as much as we were about the LA thing, because we were hurt over it the first time, is the fact that the culture never changed, though. That's what I'm saying. The culture didn't change. And then, even if it did change to a degree, you know what I'm saying, up or down, they won a Super Bowl. So that's what I'm
you want
saying.
to
If
Super Bowl.
Vegas were to
Yeah,
win a Super Bowl, then a
mhm.
lot of this hurt will go away because we're still
I
Raider
agree.
fans at the end of the day.
I agree.
That's
I
what I'm.
agree.
That's me thinking big picture. You know what I'm saying? So
And I would say on behalf of, if I could speak on behalf of a Vegas fan, all I would say is the team hasn't actually built a winning team since they've arrived in Vegas. They've tried somewhat, but this is the first time where we can all say, yeah, now they are spending resources to try and win games consistently, right? We know the reason is because we didn't have a quarterback. Either way, we didn't have a franchise QB, but I do think the team is going to start looking and feeling very different now. Because
Yeah,
again,
in 5
do you
years,
think
for sure.
do you think Raider fans in Vegas will go to stadiums consistent to go watch Mendoza play? I think they will.
They will.
Yeah, I think they
It will
will.
be a spike. Yeah, I would agree with that. And that's
Exactly.
because now because even when they came to Oakland the second time, we weren't competent in the head offense,
Exactly.
right? And so now they weren't, and up until this point, they weren't competent in Vegas. They
And
were
also, yeah.
it was similar teams. Like the actual product itself was similar from the
Mhm,
second time in Oakland to what they are right now. The
mhm.
difference now is we actually have turned the corner because had not Kubiak and all this had happened, then we would be nosediving right now in this conversation.
Exactly.
But now that it's not like that, now it's kind of like leveling out before they hit rock bottom. And hopefully,
Mhm.
like you said, in 5 years and 10 years, they can create a new
Okay.
culture. Now,
Exactly.
but my question then falls, what will that new culture look like? Is it going to
Right.
be closer to the San Francisco 49ers,
Mhm.
or is it going to be closer to the original Oakland culture?
Okay.
And
I
that's
think
my concern.
right. I think because there's no tailgating in Vegas, that it won't be close to that Oakland culture. I just don't see that being the case. What other teams in NFL don't have tailgating? Are there any other teams that don't have tailgating?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm sure they're not
Yeah,
the
that
only
might
one.
because again, here's the thing: there might not be tailgating, but there is a lot of sports bars in Vegas. And again, people also need to realize a lot of fans now watch games at home. They watch game in pubs and they don't. The number of fans who go to stadiums to watch games is really, really small. Most of them are watching it with their friends at home or at a pub, right?
Yeah, it's a bigger experience. I can say
Right.
that.
And again, remember when we were in Oakland, we also didn't get a lot of TV rights. A lot of people, even in Oakland, couldn't watch the games in Oakland because we didn't have it was blacked out in Oakland,
Yeah, but see,
right?
the thing about the blackouts did occur, but
Hmm.
that was to force the fans to come to the games no matter what the product was,
Right.
because if you don't come to the games, you ain't gonna see the game.
Thank you, Gregory. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. The culture is coming. It's coming.
Yeah, you guys are saying it's coming, and I'm
It's
saying, what
coming.
is it? What is it? What is it?
We
What is it?
we will
What
see it. We will
what is it?
see it.
But it doesn't just happen overnight. What is it germinating right now? Or
I
we
think
or are we at a baseline level where we don't know yet because we're just
exactly,
not leveling out
exactly,
the franchise, and then we gotta
exactly,
allow it to mature like for like 5 more years or whatever. And
exactly,
if that is the
exactly.
case, I can see that. And I'm saying, and I'm asking, at the end of that 5 years, what do you
What
project?
do you
Because
project?
with a business plan, you got to have projections. What do you project the culture to be? That's what I'm curious. What is the new culture going to look like? Is it going to be
I
an
I think
infusion
we
of the
don't know
two?
yet. Yeah,
Is it
I
going to
think
be
we don't
something
know
brand
yet.
new?
But I do think based on what we know about Vegas, it's going to be a mixture of cultures
Okay.
because that's what Vegas is, right? It's
I can
going to be
see
a
that.
mixture of ideas.
I can see
Um,
that.
yeah, I would just say, yeah, I feel for fans, but I don't want to just sit on this. I feel for you, and I gotta give you hope, and the hope is the number one priority for Mark Davis, and you got to imagine he feels this the most because the number one priority for him was we need to get this team to be just functional and even just have resources to be able to do stuff. And now he does. What he had to eat though was a lot of anger from fans who feel like he's selling the soul of the team. I just don't believe that the guy who grew up the son of Mr. Raider himself would sell the soul of the team. I just don't think he would do that.
Okay,
2.0.
Gregory.
It's going to be new culture 2.0.
Yeah, I understand
My man, he's
I
probably from Vegas.
I understand what you would term it like, because that will be what it is. But what is the definition under 2.0? Like
We will
2.0.
get it. I think we will get it. First of all, the stadium already has a name, the Death Star. We couldn't get where Auckland Coliseum was made. So this stadium this is our own name. This is Raiders' own name. We made this up. This is what we call it. The city didn't name it. We call it the Death Star. So that begins with that. Saying, hey, where are you going tonight? I'm going to the Death Star. that is a start of a culture. Our new culture is Al Davis. Thank you, Al Davis 2.0. Because I'm saying
The new
Oakland
coach is
wasn't the
Al
culture.
Davis.
Yeah, Oakland wasn't the culture of Oakland of the Raiders. It was Al Davis. He was the maverick. He was the one that was butting heads with the NFL. And Mark Davis has not lost the culture of the team. Thank you, thank you. This is
Well,
what
that's
I've been
one
saying.
person out of like 10 people that said that.
I know, but the nine people are from Oakland, and the one person is like, "No, I'm from Vegas. Believe in us. We will bring this. We are going to build a culture around this. It will
you,
happen."
you're saying that, but
Gregory, my
what
man. I'm
you,
glad Gregory's here because
I
that's everything
agree,
I've
but
been
I'm
saying,
just
right?
saying, what does that look like? Because if you were to
We
ask
don't
me,
know yet.
if you were to ask me if the Raiders built a new stadium in Oakland, what would the culture look like? I could tell you what it's going to look like. I
Yeah.
could project what it would look like for sure.
And I honestly I like not knowing because I want Las Vegas to build their own culture. So then it will be truly be from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Even if LA and Oakland are the same culture, cool. Let's add a third culture to that. So I say no, it's Las
Okay,
Vegas's turn. They've been sitting around waiting, right? They've been
okay.
saying that we can give you a stadium, and they finally got their wish. I'm with that. I'm with that. Okay, now I do have to go. I have to come back and just to say, no, everything's all good. It was a miscommunication. It was my fault, my miscommunication. I'm military too. So anytime somebody just like, come see me, I'm just like, what? I don't want to see you no day. So that was on me. We're all good. But I'm glad Gregory coming because that's exactly what I've been saying. The culture will come. It's not lost. It will come. Okay, with that, Black, you can keep streaming. I gotta go. I got stuff to do. But Raider
Appreciate you.
Nation, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We got some good shows coming for you guys coming, man.
Yes,
Your family's
sir.
from Oakland. Your mom and father are from. There you go. And I'm from Oakland too, and I'm with him. Like, yeah, I'm excited for what's coming for Raider Nation in Las Vegas. I really am.
Straight up.
And I knew a few people already moved from Oakland to Vegas as Raider fans, and I know that too. They'll be like, "You're moving to Vegas. I'm moving to Vegas." Boom, and they're in Vegas, trying to get that culture like started and going. So yeah. All right, guys. Peace,
All
man.
right. Appreciate you, bro.
The yellow was not planned. It just
Yeah,
happened.
we can't wear the same color no more, bro. You see what happened when we wear the same color?
We showed up and we were wearing the same color. Like what? Y'all have a good night. Jensen, have a good night. Weber, have a good night. Peace.
Peace. So let me see. The culture is not lost, but you have to go to the Bay to see it. The culture is not lost, but you have to go to the Bay to see it. Okay. Let's see. He said, but I think we're just called the Raiders now. We've been too many places. I don't think we're just the Las Vegas Raiders. Mm. New culture, new culture is Al Davis 2.0, and Mark Davis has not lost the culture of the team. He's trying to rebuild it, and it has been since day one. So if you're trying to rebuild it, that would imply that you don't have one. I mean, like you have one, but it's shoddy. It's like if you have a building and it's falling apart, and you like, well, we about to do building 2.0, and then I say, well, what is this new building going to look like? What's the blueprint looking like? And you say, I don't know. We're gonna build it as we go because we know in 5 years or so it's going to be different and better. Okay, so there is no culture until you rebuild the culture because right now the culture is divided. That's the reason why we have to implement a new culture for the team. The team doesn't even have a culture. So the fans definitely ain't gonna have a culture if the team don't have a culture. And so you're rebuilding the culture of the team, and the very talking point that you're using is talking points that were derived in Oakland. Commitment to excellence came from Oakland. Pride and Poise came from Oakland. So what is so no? So we're not saying commitment to excellence no more, or we're gonna keep that part because it's convenient, because that's what signifies what the Raiders are. But if and I get it, you can take a piece of the old Coliseum and take it with you, but does that really mean that's the culture? No, that's just memorabilia. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
I'm a raider from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Recipes to Al Davis.